little light tune.
Hey. So, right now we are live, gentlemen. Officially. Uh, Hello, everybody. I happen to be the worst individual sometimes possible because I think that I could do more than I actually can for the betterment of everyone else. But having that same mentality, I wanted to introduce one of my favorite guys, man. You know, these two guys, when I first jumped on TikTok, they were like two of the guys that I first ran into that was doing either anime content or just One Piece content. And immediately I found myself like vibing with them. So I do want to introduce first Mr. Vape. Hello, Mr. Vape. Thank you for joining us, sir.
What's up, guys? It's Mr. Fate, Team Captain Caribou, got representative. You know what I'm saying? Glad to be here. Finally.
Yeah, finally. And then we have the man who has visited our studio twice before, by the name of three times. All right, you gotta come more often because you making me forget now when the last time you came. But we have Mr. Hat Desh. Hello, sir. How are you? Introduce yourself.
Thank you very much. It's very nice to be here on the greatest One Piece media outlet ever. Vape needs Piece content.
Oh, what'd you say?
I said Mr. Vape needs to make one more One Piece content.
Wait, hold on. You slacking on content, Vape? What's going on, man? You want to talk about it?
I just feel like it was overwhelmed. You know, we got so many great creators out there that makes One Piece content. I mean, I dabble and, you know what I'm saying, throw out my theories now and then. You know, I do politics with the guys. But yeah, you're right. As far as like my daily content and stuff like that, on my normal page, I've really been on it. But Mr. Vape 2 on TikTok, I do cover stories, and I feel like doing the cover stories the best way possible. So if you have never read the cover stories and you just don't like to read and just want to watch the videos, go to Mr. Vape
2. Okay. Yo, I don't know what happened, but like everything just messed up somehow.
Oh my God, what happened?
I can't there's no live chat on screen right now. It's only inside the live chat on YouTube. All right. Fuck,
You're
man. Hold on. I'm trying to see if I could like add more stuff to it. Or like try to refresh it. Holy. I might just delete it and then just bring it back. Oh, there it goes. All right, it's working now. All right, so guys, listen to me. This is a new series that I basically created because I wanted to have a podcast without going to the studio. I wanted to be able to link up with some of my favorite people without having you come all the way to Jersey, you know, because most people don't live in Jersey, especially when you guys got you got guys far away. So these episodes are called the Secret Void Century episodes. So these usually like drop like randomly, or they drop after like I do like a chapter review, and I always want to have two guests that we just talk One Piece, man. You know what I'm saying? We just have fun. It's different, you know. We usually do it on TikTok, but fuck it, we got YouTube now, so.
Yeah, I haven't done stuff like this since the Reverie, and
and Mosh held that, right?
I held the first one, and then Mosh the second one, because I think the one that we met, it was the one that me and Mosh were supposed to do, but Mosh had something to do, and I already like sponsored it so much. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna just do it, and that's how me and you met and stuff like that, and out there and stuff like that. So
yeah, that was such a dope time too. I want to shout out to Mosh. Mosh is actually in the live chat now. We have Parvision as well, Greg F, Silver Crown, Ben, Red Hair Shankdom, Jack, Ben, Firearms, all you guys, thank you. So usually there's not a lot of viewers during these like very short notice streams, so you guys don't have to worry too much about saying the wrong things.
All right.
I mean, you got 12 people in here already.
So I haven't spoke to you guys in a minute about One Piece, but where are you guys at with One Piece? how did you feel about the end of Wano, and how do you feel going into the new arc now that we're about to get into? And we'll start with Desh.
So when the ending of Wano first came out, especially the Kaido Luffy conclusion, I was very unsatisfied. There was a lot of mysteries that were, teased about Wano before we got to Wano. Mysteries that we got in Wano, and Wano was such a long arc. I figured we'd at least get like maybe half of those, but we barely got. I don't think we even got a quarter of those answered. If anything, we just got more questions now, and that's lit. I have faith in Oda that he's gonna, he's gonna let us know what happens, and especially with this, especially with these new chapters that's been coming out after he made that statement. Like, he has not been disappointing. He's been delivering. I don't know about anybody else, but for me, he has been hitting home. Like, no, he's kicked it into overdrive. But the last thing, the more and more I think about the Kaido and Luffy fight, the more as like days pass by, like the more days that pass by as after its release, I kind of think it kind of makes sense actually. Like when Wile E. Coyote is chasing the Roadrunner and the Roadrunner stops at the edge of the cliff and the Wile E. Coyote falls, and he falls so hard that it makes it like the hole that he makes from falling so hard is the exact shape of the coyote. That's what happened to Kaido. Like, and the more and more I think about that, one that might have actually taken him out. We don't really know like what Gear 5 can do, even though we've seen a lot. So even though we got a really good teaser.
Yeah.
Two, like, I forget my second point, but yeah, I'm okay with it. And I'm starting to become more and more forgiving and more softer towards Wano as the days go by. Now that it's over, especially.
You don't have to do that, Desh. You could be hard on him if you want.
No, I'm getting with it. I'm getting with it.
All right. What about you, Vabe? How you feel about the end of Wano and then going into the new arc? Like, how do you feel about One Piece right now?
I feel like One Piece is really doing its thing, especially post Wano. During Wano, I understand where people was kind of felt like it was lackluster, especially when it comes to the Toby Rampo, stuff like how fast they got defeated. That was just like underwhelming. I do think, and I do like Desh says, there's some mysteries of Wano that I feel that wasn't foreclosed or anything. Just like what happened to the freaking Fox thing. Like, what the freak happened to him? Where did he go?
Oh, yes, I know what you're talking about. The guy, the fox that was collecting the swords.
Yes.
I forgot his name.
Yeah, I forgot his name too, but like I felt like he was going to be very important, especially to like Zoro's lineage, and we still didn't know what really happened to those guys who, like the samurais that was locked up with Yamato. I told everybody that Yamato was not joining the crew. People did not believe me.
Oh, yeah, talk about that. I know Larry's very displeased. We can talk about that.
I told him. I remember saying at one of the reveries that she did not have the substance that usually when a character joins the crew. Like, yeah, we were getting backstories and stuff like that, but not, like the only thing that we got from her, like to feel about her, is when she was eating that rice in a cave and her relationship with Ace. But everything else is based off another character or like, yeah. So I mean, I kind of knew this. I thought she was gonna get packed up. To be honest, I thought she was gonna get packed up, and like that was gonna be like our big tragedy of Wano. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But she still survived, and it's great. That's straight and everything. And then I told y'all that Caribou was gonna be on that ship when he leave Wano. Like, people thought that Luffy was just gonna leave him there. Like, no.
Man.
But and then my prediction was at first at the end of Wano that I thought they were going to do something like a Buster Call, pull up, and then like they were going to see like the whole new Yonko's crew and be like, look, we can't just roll up on them like it's regular now. Like, this is a real Yonko crew, and then turn around, which kind of would happen, but not really.
Yeah.
But I still enjoyed Wano. We've been there for freaking 5 years, so like.
It has been a
Uh,
long time.
Yeah. So yeah, I enjoyed Wano still.
All right, yo, Dash, you had something that you were saying, right? What were you gonna say?
Oh, I just wanted to push back on you not liking that Yamato is thing back. We can talk about that if you want to make that a whole thing.
Listen, man, I'll be straight with you guys. You know, I'm not a big fan of Wano. I think Wano is very poorly written. I think that the highs that we were always supposed to have were things that were always supposed to happen, such as like the Big Mom showing and the Kaido showing, and Wano being foreshadowed for so long, and it centering around some of the most important things inside of One Piece itself. But like Dash said, it fell short very heavily, and a lot of plots that Oda made important, and then he just like threw salt over his shoulder and was just like, all right, I'm not trying to handle that anymore. Such as like Zoro's lineage, or the samurai that were in the cave with Yamato. Some of them got turned into the numbers, but the main one we were focused on was the Shumosuke guy that looked like Zoro. Being in the land of Wano, being in the land of samurais, but yeah, we're focused on like Sanji instead of Zoro, and there's like, I can go on and on, especially about the new dawn that was supposed to come, but never came. We waited like days after the battle was over and still didn't know if Big Mom and Kaido died or not. What happened to the Big Mom pirates? Like, there was just so much on top of so much that I ended up thinking this arc from like probably like S tier to like D tier was probably like a C in my opinion. Because I'm not, Luffy had like 4 power-ups, so it was like very reminiscent of what Majin Buu arc within Dragon Ball Z. It was just a lot to handle, but I think I am excited for what's to come, especially since Vegapunk has been revealed. So I wanted to ask you guys, since the latest chapter did come out, do you guys think that's Vegapunk, or what are your thoughts? And we'll start with Vape this time.
I think it is.
Yeah, you think the chick?
I think she's Vegapunk.
You think she's Vegapunk?
Yeah, because that's I feel like that's the type of thing that Oda would do to throw us off. Like, have us thinking that we were going to see some guy that look like Eggman from Sonic for like years, and have that kind of pictured in our head, and really Vegapunk be a young woman, and then it'll be, and I feel like it'll lighten it up and show some comedy behind it, to know that like back then when Judge and Caesar and stuff, when they were all in Mad together, that they were taking orders from a small little Vegapunk girl, and I feel like it'll be that'll be a great story when it comes to that, and especially like her lineage, and hopefully we do get a backstory with her. But I do feel like that's her, or it's either that, or I feel that that Vegapunk is still a woman, but an older woman, and that one probably be the younger version of her, and that's like her first PX that made her prime her, just to go around and what I'm saying, but she still is in a remote lab or something like that. So
yeah. What about you, Desh? What do you think?
Yeah, I just want. Overall, I just want Vegapunk to be a woman in some fashion. If this is like, just like Babe said, if this is like a cyborg or a clone or something like that, let the original Vegapunk be a woman. Now that you've introduced the concept of Vegapunk being a woman, but maybe Vegapunk ate the immortality fruit, or maybe got the immortality surgery, or maybe Vegapunk is from the voice century like Toki. Also, it's just so peculiar. I want Vegapunk to be a young woman, I really do, but it's just it's way too.
I thought Vegapunk was like from one of those 9 moons that surrounds the planet that One Piece is on. They never confirmed. I never seen them confirm it as Earth, but we did see in Ohara that it was that they were studying and saying that like there were at least 9 moons that was like surrounding the planet. So I always thought I think that she's probably from one of those moons. Especially because we kind of got a glimpse of what the other moon technology could look like, and they're very similar to PX, especially in L's backstory. So I think she's from another moon. I think just like her and Eam are from different moons.
Okay. What did
But
you
my
finish up?
my quick will just be I just want to see a mad reunion.
You want to see a
I
mad reunion?
See Judge, Queen, and Vegapunk again.
Okay. So here's another topic before we jump into the others. The main topic is Vegapunk, of course. But another side topic is Vegapunk evil or good? What side of the moral compass do you guys believe Vegapunk is currently on, and why do you think that? And we'll start with Desh.
Oof, I have no idea how to answer that. But there's so many signs pointing to Vegapunk being a good person and a potential ally. But at the same time, she said it straight out of her mouth. Like I'm definitely not an ally. I'm a government worker. Like, so it's really hard to think about. I would have to say I'm gonna go with ally. I'm gonna go with ally because I want Vegapunk to turn the Straw Hats into Power Rangers.
Oh, no. God, no.
All right. What about you, Vape? What side of the fence do you think Vegapunk is sitting on, and why do you think that?
I think they're chaotic neutral. Like,
Explain.
Yeah.
Explain what that means.
Chaotic neutral is basically like, especially if you play stuff like D&D and stuff like that, it'll say like, good stuff, like, or like if I would say someone is chaotic good, someone that's chaotic good would be like those two brothers that's a part of the Grand Fleet right now. Those two brothers, they were like assassins. I think they're with.
Yes.
They're like chaotic good. Like they're in the good side, but they're like crazy. So you're like
an
and you
anti-hero.
Yeah. Then you have chaotic evil, which you would say kind of Dofi is, but Dofi is a little. He thinks he actually is strategic with this stuff. So when you say chaotic neutral, as in they don't have an alignment when it comes between good or evil, but they're unpredictable. So it depends on what their goal is and whatever they want on whatever side they'll get. Like I feel like, for example, I feel that yes, like she did say she's a part of government, so her essential job when she do see pirates is to capture them and bring them in. But I think that the fact that I feel like she hasn't confirmed that she recognizes these are the Straw Hats, and I feel that once she does confirm that they're the Straw Hats, that the first thing she's going to have in mind is why did one of her biggest projects in Kuma request something like for him to be programmed to save the Straw Hats. And I think that's going to spark interest and make them want to like get to know the Straw Hats, figure out what's going on. I think Luffy's fruit is also going to be a big interest. And also Robin. Be right back.
Okay. What were you gonna say, Dash?
What was I gonna say? I was just gonna make a quick comment. I'm so mad that I didn't predict that we were gonna go to Vegapunk's island. Like they were like a few years ago, they said we're going to Egghead Port. Egghead. Smart person. Vegapunk.
I mean, it nobody could have really guessed it, and because you know what it is, we've been teased about Vegapunk for so long, that I think people have become numb to it, sort of the same way when like somebody passes away in One Piece, we're all just like, yeah, that person really is still alive, So the reason I wanted to ask you gentlemen regarding about Vegapunk's moral compass is because I think we've seen evidence through a couple people so far that we've met that have talked about him. So the couple people that we've seen talk about him is Caesar, Yonji, I believe the guy's name that Frankie met when they had like the clothes on Katakuri, that's Vegapunk's homeland. His name is Kitten's he's the grandfather of Kitten, who's the kid that Frankie was like talking with and like dancing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you know, there was a couple things. You know, he felt sad and cried when, you know, his homeland couldn't be warmed because he ran out of resources. So he cried for them because they stayed cold. And then I think one particular instance is, you remember in Punk Hazard when Caesar the Clown was trying to activate his mass destruction, his weapon of mass destruction. So he tried to convince his henchmen that it was Vegapunk's fault, the reason why whatever they created failed. And he ended up getting exiled from the scientist group that they were in. Do you guys remember that or no?
No, I don't remember that specific speech. No.
All right, so basically, Caesar tells his henchmen to convince them to help him in releasing the weapon of mass destruction, which was whatever that gas was. He was telling everybody, like, this is too dangerous. I don't think you should do this. And for you to, like, if you do this, then I'm going to exile you from, like, the science group. And then we get a flashback of what really happened. It was that Caesar ended up causing that mass explosion, which was considered a mistake, and it was blamed on Vegapunk. So I'm thinking that during that time, I forgot what chapter it is. Let me bring it up real quick, because I was researching Vegapunk a little bit more extensively just to get some, like, I don't know, some clarification. And it's chapter 684. If you guys ever go, chapter 684. And I think that we were hearing Vegapunk talk, but instead Caesar was quoting him as if he was the one saying those things. And it's very, very interesting during that chapter. I can see if I could bring it up. Hold on, give me 1 second. Because
I feel like with Vegapunk being a woman, it would make way more sense, especially on how Caesar acts towards towards Vegapunk, and how he acts to Vegapunk, because I don't know, Caesar does take me as that misogynistic type of person that be like, no, this woman is not smarter than me, this woman is not better than me, and stuff like that. So I feel like that would feed more into why Vegapunk is a female, is a woman.
So I got it pulled up right here, and I know you guys are going to be able to see it, right? So Vegapunk is basically saying, like, he's going to create this giant gas, and the henchmen go, it seems an awful lot like Vegapunk's gas from 4 years ago. Honestly, it's kind of giving me the creeps. And then Caesar's like, yo, this is a scientific battle of vengeance, my beloved followers. And then if we go over, he starts to quote Vegapunk, I think, where he goes, oh, how I tried to stop the mad scientist Vegapunk on that fateful day. I cried out, but if this weapon explodes, what will happen to the innocent lives on the island? Don't do it, Vegapunk. I pleaded, but it all happened the same. So I'm thinking that if we replaced Vegapunk at the end with Caesar, this conversation will start to make sense. And, Caesar's like very upset because they call him the greatest scientist in the world now, and that is something he can't forgive, right? So if we go to, like, the next page, we see that it was actually Caesar who created this big gas explosion, right? And then Caesar yells at him and says, what did you say, Vegapunk? And then Vegapunk in his, like, little silhouette form says, you're exiled from the science division, Caesar. Your shenanigans have gone far enough and I can't cover for you anymore. So then he causes the mass explosion. But right before that, Caesar also told Vegapunk that since he was failing all the time with, like, his gigantic experiments, that he should use children. And then Vegapunk said, I'm not going to use children. And now we see that the children are being cured in the latest chapter.
Yeah.
So what did you guys think about what I just said? Do you think that Caesar actually gave us some dialogue that Vegapunk said, or was it just really how Caesar said it was?
No, I'm kind of leaning towards what you were saying.
Hold on. Go to Desh. Desh, what do you say?
Okay, all right. I'm getting Buggy Shanks vibes when Shanks had Buggy, because of Shanks, Buggy accidentally ate the fruit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking maybe that happened with Caesar and Vegapunk, and the gas fruit.
Wait, so you're saying that Caesar ate the gas fruit when Vegapunk really wanted to eat it?
No, I think I think that he unwillingly ate the gas fruit in the same way that Buggy did with the chop fruit.
Okay.
And because, yeah, I'm getting Shanks and Buggy vibes.
Okay. What about you, babe? What do you think about what I pointed out?
I mean, nah, it makes sense. I could, if that was what was revealed, then I would truly believe that. That does sound like that does connect with it. And yeah, like I said, I do feel like he is neutral. I mean, she is neutral, so I do feel something like harming kids or just harming innocent civilians is something that's just not something that they would want to be part of. But yeah, that makes sense. That does. I don't agree with you too much, but I think I fuck with that. I can mess with that theory.
Yeah, yo, it's there's been so many sprinkled things throughout the One Piece story that when you truly look back on it, you start to realize like Vegapunk happens to be probably morally in the gray area where he's like not evil because he's not shown to have these evil intentions through many various people. It just seems like he's not a good person either because he doesn't count the way his weapons can be utilized by different people. And what makes this arc so interesting is that I was talking to Doran's World and Xavier Wolffan on our previous episode, and Doran pointed out that Frankie and Iceberg happened to be a foreshadow for what Vegapunk might be and how the world might react to the weapons that they create. And Tom was like, listen, when you need to build this weapon, you will to counter the previous weapon. And then Frankie was like, oh, I can't believe humans are capable of building this. Maybe we should build this right now. And then Iceberg punches him, I think. And then he's like, yo, have you not listened to what Tom said? It's that these weapons, they're only weapons dependent on who uses them the wrong way. The same way Orohime told her sons that Shirahoshi will be one day guided by a Joy Boy and she will bring the new dawn to the world or bring chaos to the world. So I think Vegapunk sits in that gray area where he's like, yo, I'm going to create anything no matter what, but I don't have the intentions of hurting anybody. I just think that I could just create shit. And I have unlimited resources at my disposal, so I think I'm just going to create Seraphim just because I can.
And another thing I wanted to say was I think that you did mention that brought something to my attention about like Frankie and CM Punk, Vegapunk. There I go, Dad. So I think that C especially is going to, with this whole capture thing, I feel like they are going to be like the Straw Hats are going to be kind of like captured and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I think when she analyzes Frankie, she's going to see so much of her technology on him.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't see kind of no evidence out there so far with the government. I've seen the government seeing that Wapu metal is like worth something, but I haven't seen anything. I haven't seen them do anything with the Wapu metal yet, as far as I can remember. But the only person that's done something with the Wapu metal really is Frankie. So I feel like that's going to be something that interests her too. Like, what did you do with the Wapu metal to be able to do this and make it do that and stuff like that? So I feel like and then like you said, I feel like this arc too is going to be a big callback for Frankie and his story.
Frankie made the Iron Pirate General Frankie, right? Out of Wapu metal?
Yeah, it's made out of Wapu metal. Where
the hell did he even get that?
He got it from Punk's lab.
Oh yeah. I forgot about that. Yo, shout out to Wapu, bro.
Yeah, shout out to Wapu. He's dope.
North.
Yo, did you guys
the
ever
biggest
see
rag to riches story of One Piece, yo?
Did you guys see his wife's laugh? Did you hear his wife's laugh? Do you guys remember it?
No.
All right, so he got super rich, right? After being like in the rags. And
he married Miss Universe. That's Miss Universe.
Yeah, so I think that's her name. I don't know for sure, but if it's Miss Universe, I'll go with what you said. Her laugh goes gold, dig, 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 dig.
No.
Yo, I swear to God, bro. I swear that's her laugh, bro. I swear. What's her name? I gotta find it, man. But she's literally with him just because he has money, clearly. So her laugh is gold, dig, dig, dig.
Yes.
If I ever find that chapter, her name is wait. If I ever find that chapter, I'll definitely show it to you. But I think it was during the Reverie when she got shown.
And I think her first appearance was in the cover art. She was in the cover art.
Yeah.
Because that's how I knew that was her name, because that's what it says in one of the cover arts, in one of the cover story chapters, that he ended up marrying Miss Universe. Now, I know that's like her title or whatever that she won in, but I don't know. I'm pretty sure that's not her real name, but she is the Miss Universe of beauty pageants of One Piece.
So do you guys think that Wapol is going to be kidnapped, maybe, for his ability to make Wapol metal?
If he joins the revolution, because we don't know all the other 8 islands, right? Like, we know that Lulusia got wiped out. That was one of them. And I don't think we know of another island that was revolting. So if it is one of those islands, I could see Wapol getting kidnapped and being used. 100%.
Oh, since you mentioned Lulusia, I think Lulusia was used as bait. I think Sabo did that on purpose. Like, yeah, he had a really shocked face when he saw the beams of energy coming down, but you know, like, who wouldn't? Like, he was probably thinking like, oh man, I was successful in baiting it. Oh, that's what Uranus looks like. Oh my goodness. But
Do y'all
I think
think that Wapol might appear in Egghead?
if what you said is
You
true,
don't think so?
that Vegapunk's gonna be really obsessed with what Frankie did with his work. She's gonna be like, well, I need to get some. If she doesn't already have her hands in the Wapol metal, like, you know, I don't know, purchase orders list history, then like she's definitely gonna do it after, you know, interfering with Frankie, or you know, interacting with Frankie.
Yo, check it out. Are you on the stream right now?
Yeah.
All right. This is her. And you see her laugh.
It hasn't come up yet. I guess we got like a few seconds delayed.
Yeah, you'll see it. It says dig dig. But this is the official Viz version, but TCB has it as gold, dig 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 dig. And her name is Kinderella.
What's her title say again? It's Miss Universe?
Queen of Evil Black Drum Kingdom. But it doesn't say anything about her being like Miss Universe or whatever.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah. Yeah, I just thought I just found it interesting. But I was hearing what you were saying, Dash. I don't know, man. I don't think that Sabo would purposely kill an island just because his goal is about freedom. It's not about necessary. Like, he doesn't have those evil intentions.
I think he saved everybody on Lulusia as well.
How?
Okay, this is a wild theory, but I feel like he could have awakened and turned everybody into flames, and you know, got them to safety to the next island or something. I think he just wanted. I think he wanted to just bait Uranus so that he can like see what it looks like and stuff like that.
Wait. Hold on. Back up. You said a couple of things, and I'm just like, wait, what? What? So you're saying that you think Sabo awakened his devil fruit before Ace could awaken his devil fruit, and then he proceeded to turn everybody into Logias themselves?
And he's had it for 2 years.
Yo, we gotta send. Yo, this is par level madness, bro.
Listen, he's had it for 2 years. Sabo is a beast. He was putting in work as a revolutionary. You know, he could have.
Hey, I just inboxed you on Discord the cover art screen where it says it's the one of the last ones. It says His Majesty marries Miss Universe. This is after he got his kingdom.
Wait, can you send it to the Den of Nakama chat? Just so I can pull it up here.
Desh.
That's so wild. Desh literally said that Sabo awakened his devil fruit before Ace could. That was the first wild thing that you said. And then you said he could turn people into Logias, which is super crazy if he can do so. But
Wow, there's so many chats on this thing.
oh no. So you know where we are, Desh, and Desh, Vape in the Den of Nakama. You see where it says you see where it says open chat?
Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
I gotta find. I'm looking it through it on my phone.
Yeah. So if you go to the Den of Nakama, go to the open chat within the Den of Nakama, and then you can see that you could post pictures in there and stuff. And I could pull it up here easy. But yeah, Dash, that's kind of a wild take, bro. I'm not gonna sit here and defend that, bro. I gotta let you know. You sound like you're dipping into the One Piece madness pool.
I said it was a reach, but Sabo didn't seem scared enough. The fact it was way too suspicious that he didn't jam the call. It's way too suspicious. That's why I think Lugia as bait. And Oda and let's be real, Oda's not afraid to save a whole bunch of people when they should have been packed.
Yo, Pell does exist.
I'm still not being able to find this. Hold on. Hold on.
In Wano, we got packed. People we don't care about.
Yeah.
Doji. I cared about Denjiro.
We got Izo who got packed.
I cared about Izo.
I'm putting it in the general chat. I'm putting it in general.
What about Yamato getting packed?
I just put it in general.
Yeah, I'll show you later, Vape, how to do it. Next time. Yeah. But
on that, I don't think that's bad writing because
what's not bad writing?
Yamato was born in Wano. Yamato loves Wano. Yamato loves the people of Wano. Like him and Momonosuke clearly developed a relationship. I know you were saying that Oda wrote it so that he was like teasing that Yamato would be a Straw Hat, but like I feel like I feel like he was clearly teasing that Momo and Yamato are gonna be like Naruto and Shikamaru kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And like it makes more sense because Yamato's still kind of a kid. Like she doesn't really know anything. She's gonna get experience in delegation, especially in a country like Wano. She's gonna get some real deal experience running stuff. And you know what she said is true. Like Momonosuke's the strongest person there. They're not gonna be able to handle themselves.
Momonosuke is not the strongest person there. That goes to Denjiro and Kenimon.
And can they handle like these big boys like the Yonkos and the Admirals?
No, they can't. They cannot. Thank you for becoming a member, Mogul. They cannot. But I will say this, Desh. What kind of what kind of connection did Luffy and Brook have when he joined the crew?
What kind of connection did Luffy and the crew?
Yeah. What reason did Brook have to join the crew?
Luffy just asked him to join.
Bang. There you go. So all this
I can answer that better.
Go ahead, babe.
They had Laboon.
True.
Yo, but he didn't learn about Laboon until way later.
Okay, but when he first asked him, yes, I understand where your answer with that is. When he first ever asked him, yes. But when they actually, after they had their adventure and they got to know him a little bit more, yeah, I know you're saying the same thing with Yamato, but right at the end, when he did tell Luffy his story and told him that they're promised for Laboon, and Luffy told him that they knew Laboon too, that basically made it like, okay, yes, you have to come on my ship, like, so come on. Yamato just wanted to repeat someone else's adventures, like, no, like, what job do you have, like, like?
So the rebuttal to that is that everybody was looking for an important factor in why you need to become a Straw Hat. Why it is so important that in order to be on Luffy's crew, you have to have a dream and you have to have a relationship with Luffy. And from what we've known, everybody wants to exclude Brook because Brook got axed on the dime and had nothing to offer at that point in the story. I could even make a case that Yamato had more to offer than Brook does for the story at a certain point until Laboon became a factor. You know what I'm saying? Like, the only reason I think that Yamato wasn't a bad decision to have on the crew was because Ace told her what Luffy's dream was. How many people know what Luffy's dream is? Ace, Sabo, and now the Straw Hats with Shanks. And possibly Karibo if he heard it. Yeah, and Caribou if he heard it. But
he heard it.
But Brook never even heard the dream until he got told just now. You know what I'm saying? So like, usually Luffy is supposed to be the one that develops the connection with that character, but Ace had done that for him, where she was like, yo, I can't wait to go out to sea. Luffy's going to come through eventually, and I'm going to join his crew and go out and discover the world the same way Odin did. And I was like, yo, I get that. But if Wano wasn't so freaking weak, she wouldn't have stayed. And there's no point. She's like, yo, I want to go travel and just see Wano, all of it. Yo, most of Wano is a desert right now. Like, like everything's destroyed. What is there to see besides the capital? Ebisu Town, where everybody's laughing? Like, no, There's no point except letting others know that there's someone capable and someone of Yonko first commander level, or probably admiral level, that you would have to face if you decided to go, all right, if you guys try to take over, I'm going to take you out. And I don't feel like that reason was good enough, man.
I'm still here, just technical support.
No, that's cool.
Okay, I feel like this. I still feel like, okay, I understand where you're saying that with Brook, but I still look at it as in that Laboon was way more of a solidified thing on why he joined the crew and why he belonged to the crew.
Yeah. Your mic is...
You said my mic's doing that again?
Already knows about Wano. Zoro already knows about Wano because of Kozabura. So it's not like it's not like we're getting like this amazing perspective, this amazing brand new perspective from Yamato. And Brook honestly does have more to offer than Yamato when it comes to being a Straw Hat. One, I know you're not gonna like this, but like, one, he's a musician, and then two, the more real reason is like Brook is old as shit. He gives us perspectives from like a time ago. Like he was when he was a pirate. Roger was like some rookie that like kind of got mentioned.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's up in the air, bro. You know,
I could say the same thing, like you said for Brook. I would believe more in your case if it was Frankie, because when we first met Frankie, there was no way we would have thought, like, unless you were like me and you accidentally try to look for One Piece screensavers and seen Frankie on that shit. Like you would have not thought that Frankie was going to join the crew when you first met him. Like, you thought that he was the big bad of Water 7. So I don't know. I feel like that in your case, what we were talking about, I would say Frankie was more of a better example on that. But throughout the arc, we've seen and started understanding Frankie more, understanding his background, and then actually wanting him to become in the crew. And same thing with Brook. I just did not get that feeling from Yamato. I did not get that feeling from Yamato at all.
Go ahead.
Do you guys think Blackbeard's gonna go to Sphinx Island to pack Marco up? And I'll tell you why I want this. I'll tell you why I want this, because like I was a huge Marco fan in Marineford, but like he's like kind of a disappointment to me. So I wouldn't mind if Blackbeard packed him up and then Kobe gets Marco's fruit.
I already told you, bro. I already told you what I.
Kobe the Phoenix. Tell me that doesn't roll off the tongue beautifully.
Hold on, Dash.
That's terrible.
Go vape. Go vape. What were you gonna say?
Oh no, I was gonna say that's terrible. I already know. I already told you, Dash. We already discussed on what I feel what Blackbeard is gonna do with Kobe.
Oh yeah.
And it lines up with what my boy Mosh said. I feel that Blackbeard is going to turn Kobe's bounty. I feel like Kobe has a big bounty, like a very large bounty in the Cross Guild. And I feel that he's like probably the only one that is labeled wanted alive. and yeah, so I feel
Oh,
like he's gonna. I feel like that they's gonna turn him in for Alvida, but I'll be right back.
All right. Listen, Dash. I'm gonna tell you straight up, bro. This dude Marco is a bum. He's always been a bum.
no,
He'll forever be a bum.
not
Alright?
always.
And
He was
we
not
gotta
always
get
a
one
bum.
thing straight. If he get taken out, he needs to get taken out by Blackbeard. If he gets taken out by Weevil, I will have an onslaught of disrespect and slander every single day I ever talk about One Piece about him, bro. But
you
it
feel-
should be Blackbeard.
How do you feel about Weevil taking out? Or how do you feel about Weevil putting the final blow on Blackbeard unexpectedly?
I feel like that's see.
That's so terrible.
So yeah, it's terrible because Weevil doesn't have any backstory. Also, it's still up in the air if he's actually the son of Whitebeard. And even if he is the son of Whitebeard, it should necessarily, to me, be Marco that lands that final blow, I guess you can say. Because it's just so unnecessary. He's lost so much. He's been such a non-factor for most of his pirating career. And he's been the punching bag of the show for as long as I can remember. If Oda, I be feeling like Oda doesn't like Marco as much as I don't like Marco.
Felt like he felt that way with Sanji for a while. Well, at least post time skip Sanji. I feel like he just didn't was tired of Sanji. Like was
I
like,
feel-
I'm gonna put him in a dress,
Oh.
and I'm gonna.
Hold on, Dash. What were you saying?
Oh, sorry.
What are you saying, Vic?
I feel like he's just going. He was just like, yeah, I'm gonna put Sanji in a dress. I'm gonna not really utilize. I'm first arc in. I'm gonna make him just not really useful in the Fishman Island arc. I'm gonna make him be hit with a freaking crazy feat of having his soul swapped while he has hockey. I'm gonna do something like get him to be non-relevant in Zoe and get folded in Dressrosa in the beginning, and then get basically kidnapped in Zoe again. And yeah, I'm Sanji fan, but Sanji was very hoed all the way up to Cake Island. It was not good. It was not good to be a Sanji fan back then. But
it's still not.
yeah, Marco. I just think Marco is just something that's. I'm not on a hate ship like you guys with Marco, man. Marco is pretty cool.
The disappointment.
Marco is pretty cool. This guy held down he fought two commanders at the same time.
And then got slumped by one. Okay, don't forget that. Don't forget to mention that.
Man, it was him just saying that it's not his time. It's what I'm saying, it's time for the new generation.
Don't sound like a conqueror to me, huh?
I don't think he has no conquerors hockey or nothing like that, but I don't know, man. No, I mean he's a doctor. He's a doctor.
Oh, we got Noah to being a doctor. Yo, babe, come on, man. Yo, Dash, what you gotta say, bro?
I forget what we were talking about before the whole Marco thing.
We're talking about Kobe and the when I walked off
The Phoenix fruit. You said that Kobe was gonna have the Phoenix fruit.
No, but then we started talking about Weevil, somebody defeating Marco. You saying I forget.
But yeah, I do think Weevil is on at that island waiting for Marco.
I don't know. Not many people know about the island. That's the important thing. Only the Whitebeard pirates know about the island.
What about that lady? She probably do. His mom.
She was on the
Probably
ship
do.
apparently with rocks, and that's how they apparently, because Whitebeard was known as being a womanizer, and he might have hooked up with her and then had Weevil unknowingly, and then they weren't with Whitebeard when he gained his children, so she doesn't know. She would have Weevil would have had to interrogate one of the Whitebeard pirates that got slaughtered by him, and then they would have had to tell him Weevil yo, Sphinx Island is in this area, this is where Whitebeard's hometown is, this is where Marco might be.
I feel like Whitebeard is one of those people that has pillow talks, even if he was even if he was a womanizer. Just think about it. One of our the only flashbacks we get from Whitebeard himself is him just dreamily looking in the ocean and telling a whole bunch of pirates, which we gotta assume was the Rocks pirates that were actually murking each other off, and he's just like, I want a family.
He was pillow talking. Holy.
And then like we're just like, okay, you know what I'm saying? So I'm pretty sure he probably was hitting that old lady, you know what I'm saying? And was like,
Hey, what
and was like, yo, you remember that island Sphinx? Like that seems like a great place to settle down. And he probably was gassing her up and maybe made her feel like they were going to be together. Like, yo, we're going to settle here. This will be our home and stuff like that. And then bro just ghosted her after God Valley or something. And then bam. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I would add it up, that how she knows about Sphinx Island.
Mm-hmm.
But and she probably was like, yo, this man probably retired there. Let's go there, and they'll probably know where Marco is.
Gotta stay away
And
from the
bam,
pillow talk, man. Gotta stay
Marco
away.
pulled up. You know what I'm saying?
No, but that's the thing in history, though. Like when people would want like insider information in like ancient times, apparently they would go to the brothels because like all the big politicians and all the big figureheads would go to the brothels, and you know they would pillow talk because that's the only people that they could confide in. Everybody else wants a piece of them, you know, more money.
So, Vape, I do have to ask you a serious question, and I need you to be honest with me, man, because depending on your answer, you know, we might have to have you sign up with one of our BetterHelp sponsors so you can talk to a therapist. All right, yo, what's going on with this Caribou joining the Straw Hats talk, man? I need to get rid of this finally, bro.
Okay, guys, look me in my eyes. Caribou will be a straw hat, guys. He will be a straw hat. Like, don't fight it.
Vape.
Don't.
This is recorded, bro. Like, this is an episode. You can't take this shit back.
Caribou will be a straw hat. Caribou should be a straw hat. Look, first of all, we got a lot of diversity in the One Piece, and especially when it comes to, you know what I'm saying, devil fruits and everything, right? We have a normal zone fruit user, which is Chopper, right? We have a few paramecias. We thought that Luffy was a paramecia too, but he is a mythical zone user. But we don't have any Logia users. I know people are saying, oh, what about because people used to say crocodile. That's not happening. People are saying Smoker. Why would we want Smoker? He doesn't get any dubs. You know what I'm saying? So why would we want Smoker? Because and think about it, it would make his whole like backstory seem stupid if he decided, well, I think I'm gonna be a pirate.
Hold on, Desh. Let him finish.
If he would just be like, oh, I think I'm just gonna be a pirate, because no. I think that Oda, as funny as he is, and as much as he likes to troll us too, I feel like, because I feel like Sabo was a troll at first because he has the background of an isekai character, and so I also feel like for everybody has been bugging him like, oh, we need a Logia fruit user in the Straw Hats. I feel the perfect Logia user will be the literal piece of shit of One Piece, like the literally shittiest fruit that we can think of. And also because then with his ability of him to have unlimited storage and stuff like that, he can hold things like probably like a poneglyph and actually travel with them and stuff and move them or anything like that. Actually haul treasure for Nami and stuff like that. Haul food for Luffy and stuff like that for when Luffy just needs to fight, needs to eat while he's fighting or stuff like that. And then the whole point is he's on the ship right now, right? Mm-hmm. He's on the ship right now, and he needs a ride home. How many of y'all actually think that the Straw Hat's gonna drop him off at his crib? No one.
Yeah.
The only thing that people are coming away with him when he's saying, oh, this person, when he found out about the ancient weapons, he said that this person would really like that information and stuff like that. And we don't know who this person is, but that doesn't mean that it's not too late for a turnaround or for something for him to regret, or for that be something for him to regret and actually probably confess to Luffy and them about who he has been working for and working with and why. And then we got to understand, when we were introduced to Caribou, it doesn't matter what you can say the contents, whatever. But we don't. Sometimes the contents of things, and when Oda writes stuff, he'll give us the foreshadowing of it, but we would think something else with it. When we first met Caribou, guys, what was he doing?
I forgot. What was he doing?
We first met Caribou at a recruitment party for the Straw Hats, but it was the fake Straw Hats. He was trying to become a Straw Hat. People were like, oh, he just wanted to kill them, but still, it still give us the message that we were introduced to him post time skip, as soon as we were first arc in the post time skip, and he was just trying to draw he literally joined a party that was him being a Straw Hat, trying to become a Straw Hat.
Okay, Vape.
So bam,
Desh,
that's my cake for Caribou.
Obviously you look very troubled by this man's many rational reasonings that he believes Caribou would join the Straw Hats. What's your rebuttal?
He spent his days robbing and manipulating old women. Then he goes and gets captured by the Marines. His big brother comes to save him with his crew. He repays the favor by leaving his brother with the Marines and taking his crew and sailing off. And Bape is going to try to say that he spun back. No, that's not what happened. They ended up I think his brother managed to break out, and then they just joined up. They just joined up afterwards. There was no spinning back.
Hold on,
and his brother broke out.
Hold on,
become
Bape. Okay.
Okay, his brother broke out and found where he was, and then he was going to do what he just did with his brother and leave that whole island to be messed up by Scotch and the other people that were just terrorizing that island. But instead, he got up with his brother and they spent back for that town, and he defeated those people for that town, which is something that was very big in character when it comes to Caribou's character. And as soon as he did something good, he got punished for it and got defeated by Drake and drugged to Wano.
So yeah, did something good.
He helped. He saved the island.
He made the smarter decision for himself. He teamed up.
He could have, he could have left that island. He could have left. He had his chance to leave again.
If you're telling me he did that for anything but territory, you're lying to me.
Listen to me.
He did it for territory?
Hold on. So somebody in the chat, Vape, said, how does Vape say that Caribou is going to join the Straw Hats but not Yamato?
The reason because just like I said,
oh my God,
that substance and stuff like that Yamato had, well, she didn't have any actually. Like I just said, we've been seeing Caribou since the post time skip. Y'all actually just some guy that's just gonna be popping up and get punched out like he's Team Rocket? No, he's gonna join the crew. He's gonna turn around. It's just the character development in that. Like, everyone thinks he's a literally piece of shit, but I think he's gonna turn into a golden turd.
Yo, Dash, I think that Vape didn't drink enough water today, bro.
No, man.
He sounded dehydrated, bro.
I'm gonna put it like this, y'all. Like you say, this is recorded. So the day that he actually joins the crew and actually officially becomes a Straw Hat, I want y'all all to go to my first video that y'all ever see or whatever. Look me up, go to the first video and y'all say, I apologize, Vape. You were right. You were right, and I can't believe it, but you were right. I thought Smoker was going to come through or some other guy. No, if it comes a Logia fruit user that's joining the crew, it's going to be Caribou. Because why? He's the less coolest.
What were you gonna say?
He's the least coolest.
Dash, say it all over again.
You realize Oda's gonna have to write the greatest redemption arc of all of anime, right?
And
in all the past and all the future.
Are you saying that he can't? Like I I asked you earlier, Dash. What did he do that just was so irredeemable? Like I said, if anybody that did something that's irredeemable, like towards the Straw Hats from what they done in the past, it would be Jinbei, because he let Arlong out. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh
But
my
he's cool.
God. What?
But he's cool. You know what I'm saying?
What?
He's comparing
He's
second
cool.
effects to direct, like, wanting of harming the Straw Hats.
Yeah, I
Wait,
went
wait. Hold
Yeah, I
on.
went there.
Wait, hold on. Yo, Dash, bro. Yo, Vape gonna have to sit in the corner on that one, bro. Did you just say out loud that Caribou has more reason to be a Straw Hat than Jinbei does?
No, I didn't. I didn't
You
say he had
just
more
said
reason.
that.
I did not say he.
You
I did
just
not
said
say.
that.
He also
I said
asked.
he
asked
is
other-
more. I said
Hold on,
he.
Dash.
I said it's nothing that he did as unredeemable as an effective to the Straw Hats that Jinbei did by releasing Arlong. What has Caribou done that makes him so irredeemable? That's my original question.
I believe he was killing Marines.
Who hasn't? Like we act like every Marine. You act like every Marine survived the encounters of Straw. Like we didn't see, even though we literally can't even confirm or not if Luffy killed Kaido or not. But we could actually ignore all the times that they probably did kill Marines and just be like, okay, and played fucking We Are, and they sailed off, and we was just like, all right, yeah, like, come on, we can't act like Straw Hats don't kill people.
Brother behind.
Huh?
He left his brother behind. And he's gonna do it again to leave the Straw Hats.
Hold on. Let me just read the One Piece wiki for you real quick, Vape, because you obviously you seem like you're one of those guys who are like, yo, Caesar's gonna become a Straw Hat as well. So let me break it down to you. It says Caribou is an insanely violent man who was well known for killing people, most prominently Marines, by burying them alive. Caribou believes in God and frequently justifies his murders by claiming to do it for the sake of his God. He will also ask his God to forgive enemies that work against him, showing a very egotistical personality. Caribou seeks the fame of killing important people and is constantly plotting ways to target his next victim, i.e., he joined what was seemingly the Straw Hat Pirates in order to kill their members from within and sought to attack the real Straw Hats as soon as they appeared.
So Luffy just caught a body, right? So if they're gonna judge people for catching bodies, like that's their no-go thing. Like, oh, you've caught a body before and you're a pirate. I don't see that enough for just to be like, yeah. And then you kind of gave me some more things too. Maybe this God guy that you were just talking about is the person that he's talking about, that he's like referring to tell what's going on and that the secrets that's going on. So that really puts it down that like this could be a person. So like he said, it could be a manipulation matter that he was raised to think like this, and we might be getting the biggest redemption arc. One Piece.
Yo.
I'm saying it here. I'm doubling down on it, guys. Caribou, Straw Hat.
Yo, Dash. He basically said that Hedon is gonna join Team 7 just because he gonna have a redemption arc. That's what you saying? You saying Hedon gonna join Team 7? That's it?
Nah, man.
That's what it sounds like.
Hedon didn't exist until he didn't premiere in the first arc of Shippuden, and then he still exists all the way to the Ninja War. Hold
on. Post time skip is Shippuden, by the way.
The post time skip is Shippuden, but this man was probably in like one good arc of Shippuden.
The only
good arc of Shippuden.
Go ahead.
Caribou is here since the beginning of the time skip, and still here.
Stop.
For what reason?
Go ahead, Dash. Speak.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but the only reason I'm not pushing back harder, you remember in the anime how Luffy got introduced? He came out of a barrel. And where what is Caribou inside of right now on the Straw Hat ship?
You literally said nothing. You literally said nothing.
I hope
he's literally foreshadowing that this man's going to be reborn out the barrel as a Straw Hat.
The first member of the crew coming out of the barrel, and we got the last member of the crew coming out of the barrel.
Yo, I hate yo. He's wearing red? Yo, and he's wearing red. Damn. That means they the same type of dude, huh? It's like, no, they just wearing red, bro. These two dudes are just in barrels. That's it. There's no connection.
You're right, Larry. Oda does not use circularity at all. You're right.
Yo, but oh my god, bro. You guys.
Yeah, I don't like this. I know.
Yeah,
It's
so
great. I
dumb.
love it.
It's so
I love
dumb,
it.
bro. It's not real. It's
It's
not
so
real.
dumb that it could be true. That's how I look at it. It's so dumb that it could be true.
All
Like
right.
I feel like that's what's gonna happen, yo. I really do.
All right. Next. Next quick, because we gotta move past. This is breaking my brain, bro. So Desh, I know that like you're a huge advocate for Whitebeard and such, right? Like strength wise. But
Oh yeah.
yeah, but you still believe that he's the worst captain in the entirety of One Piece, correct? Okay, so can you explain to the people why you think Whitebeard happens to be the worst captain of all time?
He's worse than Caribou?
You know, because I actually have scans on my phone and everything. Where do I start?
Off the top of the dome.
Well, yeah, just like Larry said, I do think Whitebeard was the strongest man. I think he was the most. I think he was the most formidable opponent to any pirate. I think he was the greatest pirate in all of history. I think he was a great man. I think he was a loving father, but a good captain. His strength carried his strength and his love for his crew carried. Decision making. Come on now, he's not even consistent. When Ace wanted to go and run fades with Kaido, Whitebeard got so mad and started throwing hands with Ace. What are you crazy? You think you can beat that beast? But somebody who's been on your crew for 12 years before Ace even joined, who mutinies somebody for a devil fruit, you're just gonna underestimate him, right? And like I literally have the scans. Like they were trying to hold him back. Whitebeard could have delegated and got commanders on his ass. Like more people, they easily have the manpower on there to hold him back, but they didn't. I have the scans. He told him like one time, like, hey, don't do it. And his old senile behind had listened to Ace go, no, I'm not gonna do it. I'm going. And you literally just see ... Like Ace, the old Whitebeard literally just went. Crazy kids. He like, what kind of decision was that? And in what world is it a better decision to be reactive instead of proactive?
Okay.
Many things they could have done. They could have sent he could have sent Ace's division and Thatch's division with Ace. I'm sure they would have all wanted to get their hands or even a fingernail on one of the Blackbeard crew or Blackbeard.
Okay. So that's where you're leaving off?
Yeah, it was a little jumbled around, but yeah, I think I'll leave it off it there.
All right, yo, Vape, how do you feel about what Straw Hat Desh has said, and do you agree?
I wouldn't agree that he's the worst captain in One Piece. I give that to Rumble. To the guy that was the Rumble Pirates, but
Captain
Brooks' old captain.
Brooks' old captain.
He's one of the worst to me. But the reason why I would say he's one of the bad captains because I don't feel that I don't feel his aim was to be a captain. Like we discussed earlier, his aim was to have a family. Like, I feel like everybody's looking on the outside, looking in, and be like, oh, but you're a pirate crew. Everyone looks at you as a pirate crew.
Oh, his name was Yorkie. His name was Yorkie on the Rumbar Pirates. Yeah. All right, but keep going.
All right, but so like, Whitebeard also, you know, he's like he always stated that he wanted a family. So I feel like he ran his pirate crew like a family, like a father and sons. That's why he didn't, you know what I'm saying, just try to stop Ace and when it came to Blackbeard, because at the end of the day, I feel like inside he didn't want to hurt Teach because he looked at Teach still as a son. He still looked at Teach like a son, and even though he does have that whole thing that if you kill a Whitebeard member or a member of the Whitebeard's crew, he would kill you. Mm-hmm. But I don't think that's something that he would think that it would happen within his own crew, like Rocks. Like Rox's crew, because I feel like he had a dream to not have a crew like Rox, to be more of a family than just pirates and a crew and pirates on a ship and everything like that. So when something like that happened on Rock's crew, happened on his boat, he didn't know how to really look at it because he looked at it that's his son. And then the other one who is Ace is like his son too. he doesn't want to stop him. He doesn't feel like it's a good idea, but he physically don't want to stop him because that's his son, and he wants his son to roam free and roam free and do whatever he wants on these seas as long as he has his sign on his back, like he promised Ace.
Mm-hmm.
So at the end of the day, I feel like it was just a conflict of a father and his two sons. But like you said, I don't feel like he's a great captain because he never aimed to be a pirate captain.
Yeah. Listen, I give both of y'all points, but y'all crazy as hell to think that Whitebeard is anywhere close to being a bad captain, the worst captain of all time, Desh. And I gotta put you on blast because I've seen Luffy punch a celestial dragon knowing the consequences of what was to come, not only to his crew, but to the entirety of the island and all the inhabitants there. And he said, you know what? I do not care about that. And risked everybody's lives to the point he thought he killed his entire crew. He almost became another Moria, where he like gave up until Jinbei was like, nah, bro, you still got crew members out there. But like we coming at Whitebeard because Whitebeard didn't want his son to go fight his other son. Like Whitebeard, like this is the one thing I think you gotta understand, Desh. As a captain, sometimes people not gonna listen to you. And you got to handle that yourself. But that's not on the captain's like fault. It's because of the person that's on the ship and how they feel necessarily. Like no matter what, Blackbeard was going to do whatever Blackbeard was going to do. But in a way, Whitebeard knew, yo, Ace, you're probably not ready for Blackbeard himself, so I don't think you should go. You're wilding out. And Ace was so fiery, he was like, yo, I don't care what you say. And what happened with Ace and Whitebeard most of the time? Ace disrespected Whitebeard all the time. He went against him all the time. That's what conquerors do. They don't get along on the ship, which is why Whitebeard didn't want Odin on the ship. It's because they cause issues. And literally, Ace, being the only known conqueror on the ship, is the only person that ever battled with Whitebeard all the time. All the time. Nobody else did that. Marco, Vista, Joe's, they never went against Whitebeard's wishes. But it was only Ace that did. So go ahead, Desh. I know you want to say something.
So number one, out of all the times that Luffy has literally chucked his crew at situations, they're still alive, right?
You can't use that. You can't use that, bro. You can't say that.
And then number two,
you can't say that.
Number two, no, hold on. Number two, I was gonna say Whitebeard. What was the second point that you made?
You can't say that, bro. You can't tell me just because the Straw Hats are alive, even though Luffy made the worst decision we probably ever seen in the entirety of the show, that he's not a bad captain because it worked out.
Luffy also knows when to call
a bad captain too. Ace was a bad captain.
Oh, that's what I was gonna say. Yeah. So you're saying that having Ace was making Ace second division commander was a good decision? That was a good decision. That was a good captain move.
Yeah, making him a commander. So hold on. So based on the numbers within Whitebeard's ship, doesn't correlate to their position on the crew. It just means that they're either second, third, or fourth commander. Marco was second in command. You know what I'm saying? Vista had more tenure. Joe's had more tenure. They both had more experience than Ace was. Ace wasn't after Marco in command. You know what I'm saying? It would either gone to those two dudes.
Was more tenured.
Yeah. So it's like, for sure, just because he's second commander doesn't mean he's actually second in command according to Marco. He's not the Sanji of the crew.
He's still a commander though, right?
You can be a commander.
He's still a Yonko commander. This is not a playground. This is the Grand Line. You are a Yonko commander at the end of the day, bro. Like you need to have commanders that you can delegate to.
I mean, if you kind of really look at it, the Straw Hats were officially announced as commanders of the Straw Hat Grand Fleet.
How many commanders Whitebeard got, bro?
He had
y'all gonna make me look this up now,
right? He had like 14, like 15.
I'm pretty sure he had 12.
Yeah, between 12 and 14 to me. I remember like.
I thought he had like 20 divisions.
He has 16 commanders, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know who Curiel is? You know who Curiel is or not?
Mm-mm.
You know who
Is that
Blen?
okay?
You know who Blenheim is?
Bloodheim is like the deep eyebrows, right, or something like that. Like,
Nah. You know, and I'm asking you one more. Do you know who Raku Yo is?
no.
All right, so we talking about commanders we don't even know, but we're gonna get somebody like Ace, who has made a name for himself already within the world, and he joins Whitebeard's ship to be under him, knowing how powerful he is. Whitebeard saw him and saw a delinquent, saw somebody that needed some type of family or some type of like father figure and wanted to become that. So he made a commander because he liked Ace. He thought Ace could be something within the future. He saw potential. And I feel like when Whitebeard recruits his commanders, he goes, yo, are they strong enough? 1, 2, will they have some potential within the future? And 3, how much do I need to guide them to a certain degree? Like, of course he's going to make him commander. Why wouldn't you? You're going to make him not commander? Like, Ace is not that type of guy.
I mean, yeah. And this is a guy who's recruited to become a Shibukai. His like bounty was over 500 million. Logia fruit user. Conqueror hockey user.
But let's get back to the point. The fact is, you think Whitebeard is the worst captain in all of history of One Piece because of what happened with Blackbeard. And again, Desh, name something else besides that one thing on Whitebeard's record for being a captain. Name something else. Is there anything else that makes him a terrible captain?
That's the only decision we got out of him.
Yo, so you're saying that Whitebeard is the worst captain of all time for one decision throughout his whole entire pirating career?
The only other decision we saw him make, there was only 2 other decisions we saw him make. The one decision was he didn't care about the D-Clan when he was chilling with Roger, and the other decision was
Yo, Dash, know if you ever make a mistake, bro, just know you're the worst One Piece fan of all time, bro.
Why? Because of Whitebeard?
Because of one mistake, bro. That's all I'm giving you.
That's literally the only. Oh yeah, the other decision he made was to get mad at Ace when he wanted to go after Kaido.
So when Axe Morgan returns, you're done, bro.
Oh my
You're
god.
done.
Okay, do you think it's a good idea to have a impulsive commander?
It doesn't matter. Most pirates aren't good people or they're not controllable. This is why they're pirates. They seek freedom. And
Bro, you know Jack. I mean, King is listening to Kaido's every last word.
Yo, but even so, you said just because he's impulsive, he shouldn't be on the ship?
Do you think King would ever go against Kaido?
No, answer my question first. Do you think just because you're impulsive, you shouldn't be a good commander?
I think that's a red flag.
Okay, so what do you say about an impulsive captain? Are they worse?
You mean like Whitebeard?
Are
No,
they?
like Luffy.
Yeah, like Luffy. Are they worse or no?
Okay, well let me bring it back to Luffy.
I mean, and
Oh,
then
now
we
we
could
gotta
also
bring it
say-
back.
Look, we could also say that, like, a lot of people can argue that Luffy wasn't really a real deal captain that you can take seriously until Water 7.
He's still not a captain.
Oh, God, I wouldn't say that, but...
He's still not a captain. It really comes to what happened last chapter. Zoro had to be like, hey, yo, check yourself. Again.
I don't think Luffy's gonna be the greatest captain.
Zero's job is to make sure Luffy doesn't go too
I don't-
far. Or
I put Luffy in
make
the.
very, very horrible decisions.
Hold on,
when
one
it
at a
comes-
time, guys. One at a time. Go ahead, Dash.
I wouldn't put Luffy in the greatest pirate captain category. I would put him as the greatest pirate ever.
Wait, yo, Dash. You're gonna make me grow my hair back, bro. What are you talking about, bro? You said that Luffy right now is the greatest pirate ever?
No, well, he will be.
Oh, he will be. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta watch how you phrase that, because I almost got at you for a second.
Oh, okay. I thought I said that, but yeah, okay. So
Yeah. So what were you saying, Vape, about who and who's gonna be? What were you saying? Some nonsense I heard.
Yeah.
I got some.
Axe Morgan will return, guys.
Well, what is he gonna return for? Why would Axe Morgan return now? What would his?
I predict that Axe Morgan is already a part, and not saying that he's high ranked or nothing, but I think that he is a part or connected to, nor work for the Cross Guild.
I mean, he did draw blood from Garp.
I'm not counting that feat. I do feel he probably
okay,
is.
thank you.
I'm not counting that feat. I am gonna put the fact that he probably is like got a power upgrade, like be able to use armament hockey on X or something like that. Maybe like that. But I do feel it's someone that can easily sail the seas by himself, escape the Marines, and have a grudge against Marines. A crew, especially a Yonko crew that are hunting Marines, would be the perfect place to be. And then especially for him to probably be from the East Blue and probably also kind of know that Buggy ain't like that. He probably can be one of those people that whisper in his ear, like, yo, bro, I know you're not like that. And I know that, like, I can just tell your crew on how small you was in East Blue and what you were doing. And then Buggy be like, look, I get you a nice little part in the crew. You could be like a little small command. I wouldn't say commander, but you know what I'm saying? Up there, kind of, you know, like a headliner, maybe like how they used to do the headline. You know what I'm saying? Maybe like a headliner, and you can probably do the ports and stuff like that, and to the delivering and stuff like that. Or we can put you on one of the main courses of hunting Marines. He's probably is hunting. We see, if he did get especially throughout these 2 years, if he got a power boost, I'll probably see him close Vice Admiral, close to Vice Admiral, maybe Vice Admiral length. We don't know, but we also know that Kobe. We don't know that, but I feel that Kobe, that we are going to get a nice good 8-chapter thing for Kobe at least. You know what I'm saying? For updating him, and I feel like I said earlier, that his original reason why Blackbeard's going to turn him in for the money. You know what I'm saying? And he's going to be presented to Alvida, and Alvida's going to be like, so Kobe, I see that you've grown up, but who is the most beautiful woman on the sea? You know what I'm saying? I feel like that'd be a great reunion right there. And then I also see with him seeing, like, if Axe Morgan is there, that throughout whatever he does to try to escape the Cross Guild and stuff, I see him trying to take down Morgan and turn him in, and conclude his promise that he's going to do. But Axe Morgan is coming back, y'all, and I feel like that's probably when we're going to see a nice actual fight between Kobe and somebody, nice one-on-one fight.
Yo,
him and Axe Morgan.
They be writing fanfics, bro. That's what they said in the chat. They be writing fanfics. Yo, Desh, you had something. You had questions. You were about to bring up.
Hey,
I just want to say that if he does come back, what's gonna happen is Helmeppo's gonna solo him.
I don't think Helmeppo is gonna solo him. I think it's gonna be Kobe. I think Kobe's gonna solo him and turn him in. We'll probably get a nice little conversation between Helmeppo and him, or yeah, you might be right. I think maybe Helmeppo might pull up with a Seraphim or something like that to the Cross Guild after finding out that that's where he's be turned into.
No.
And that will get the nice little, you know what I'm saying, reunion between those three.
Yo, so somebody asked us on our last podcast episode. They called up, and I believe it was Aaron Tate, and he said, who's your top 5 One Piece waifus? And it was a fun question. And, you know, I would like you guys to have your top 5. Who do you believe is your top 5 One Piece waifus currently right now? And we'll start with Vape.
All right, Dash, can you give them a disclaimer of what I feel about women in One Piece?
No, you need to dig your own grave.
All right. It's gonna be a little hard for me because most One Piece women looks like Nami in a wig to me.
Okay.
So it's gonna be hard, like, you know what I'm saying. But I will try it. Top 5. I'm gonna have to say Alvida. Come on now. She's silky smooth.
Weight or post weight?
Post weight. Definitely post weight. I did have to think about it, but post weight.
I had to ask. I had to clarify which Alvida.
Alvida. Definitely Robin. Definitely Boa.
Okay.
Who else could I say? Um, I like a little cougar, so I'm gonna say, what's her name? Shaky.
Yeah, Shaki.
Yeah, Shaky. And who else? Oh yeah, Smoothie. Duh,
Smoothie? Why
Smoothie.
you trying to get
Yeah.
you trying to get juiced?
I'm trying to get stepped on. On by Smoothie, you feel me? She can juice me after, but I want to get stepped on. You know what I'm saying? She got to step on me. You know what I'm saying?
What the what is?
But everybody else looks like Nami in a wig. Vivi is Nami in a blue wig. Freaking Rebecca is Nami in a freaking pink wig. Vega Punk is gonna look like I probably the wig is gonna be green, but she looks like Nami in a different kind of wig.
Yeah, that's hilarious, bro. He said, "I want to be stepped on." Yeah, what's up with you, babe? Dash, top 5 waifu.
Okay, we're gonna go with Rock's Crew Big Mom. I think that's an obvious choice.
Rock's Crew Big Mom.
Yeah, she was so gorgeous. I'm so jealous of Kaido. She just walked right up to this man and introduced herself. Why can't something like that happen to me? Oh wait, I have a girlfriend. Never mind. I love you. But
Yo,
next one is.
Hold on. You're not afraid she gonna eat you after, bro?
I'm hoping she does.
Probably once.
Listen.
What's going, Chom, bro?
Listen, Pound. That stuff was that was so good. Pound stuff. In a ditch in Whole Cake Island for how long?
Oh my god, you're gonna cause me to throw up.
You're gonna sit here and tell me Pound wasn't loving that? Whatever Big Mom was doing to him, you were a liar.
Loving that. Pound was in heaven, bro. That man stayed buried in the ground crying for that lady for how long? Like,
go ahead, Dash. Go ahead, Dash.
Okay, so next one is definitely gotta be Jewelry Bonnie. Like, I fucking love eating food and she's a glutton. Like, we're just gonna pig out and then whatever else afterwards. Next is Monet.
You better hope she like old enough, bro, at that time.
Who, Bonnie? Oh yeah, true. That is problematic. Yeah, obviously grown Bonnie. So next one is Monet. Because she can parts of her body cold.
I forgot to bring up what's the name too. Damn, we just saw her too. I don't know why I just.
Yo.
Oh, Bonnie. Yeah, Bonnie got to be up there.
Hold on. Dash, say it again. I think I interrupted. Say it again.
She can make parts of her body cold.
Oh god. Oh god.
Yo, what is going on, bro? These are the funniest answers ever. Holy shit. He only on 3.
Yo, I see somebody in the chat say that you brought the worst to you bringing in the worst takes so people care about your worst take, your terrible takes. He said it was genius.
Yeah, they always think I got bad takes, bro. All right, Dash, 4 and 5.
Number 4 has got to be Dr. Correa.
Come on, bro.
Bro, yo,
wild.
Did you not see like the little shit that she did just to heal that kid? Like, she knows all the medical tricks. She knows every fiber of people's bodies.
Yeah, I gotta talk to Ash, bro. I gotta see what's up with Ash, bro.
Yo, if y'all are telling me that Dr. Correa is not the most experienced when it comes to that stuff in One Piece, you're lying. You're all lying to yourselves and me.
Yo, bro, she's not
the most because Big Mom has 80-something kids.
Yo, listen, bro. Correa is 140 or 60 years old, bro.
Yo,
that's top 5 waifu for you?
Listen, health is wealth, bro.
Like the Wicked Witch of the West, and you gonna hit that.
Yo, what is it? All right, go with your 5, bro. Go with your 5.
Yo, y'all just don't know. Y'all just don't know. Y'all just don't know about the experience. Y'all need to. Y'all, you know what? All right, let's move on to.
God. You're hurting my stomach, bro. You and vape, bro.
Last waifu, undoubtedly, Weevil's mom.
All right, now you're just messing around, bro. I can't take you seriously. I can't take you seriously.
It's not real at all.
Hold on. You guys are telling me that stuff ain't good? She got a kid out of Whitebeard, the greatest pirate in all of history.
She got ghosted, bro. she got ghosted and left on, bro. She got left on.
Got a kid out of him?
Yo, Dash, bro.
You got a kid. Yo, you guys will never be able to take away the feat that she got a kid out of the greatest pirate in history until we find out about Joy Boy.
Yo, Dash, I'm about to mute you, bro. You need to be on timeout, bro.
That's the fact.
Yeah, Dash.
You need to reevaluate how you see life, bro.
Truth I'm
You
talking.
get mad at me for the Nami thing, and when I said Bleach has better waifus, and this is your top 5. What you give us
This might be the worst top 5 I've ever heard in my life, yo.
in any One Piece thing? I think that you like
Y'all
massively
basic. You
about
gonna pick
the
both?
worst things.
You gonna pick
Like,
both?
I'm surprised you didn't put Lola on your list. Like, that's why. Lola Cliff on.
Yo, Vape, real talk. His whole search history is gilfs, bro. Guaranteed right now.
That's all I'm seeing you put up there, bro.
We're being ageist now. Okay. I see how.
Let me guess. The honorable mention is the lady that was driving the sea train, the mermaid, the first mermaid we met.
Fans, you hear that?
Hold on, Dash. Say it all over again. You cut out.
Oh, I was saying, you hear that? Older TOPT fans, they're aged.
Oh my
Dr.
god.
Correja is going. I'll bet you so much money Dr. Correja could rock your guys' world.
Oh my god. Dash.
Pretty sure I wouldn't give her that chance.
Like he objects at Chopper when he was leaving Storm Island. You think she doesn't have her strength still?
Alright, yo, next topic, bro.
Can't do that.
Because I don't even know. One of my guys wants to get stepped on. The other one's into like old women and bingo cards. I have no idea, bro.
Bingo cards.
All right, guys. Was it? Oh, Dash, you said you had some questions, right? Like written down or something like that. Or was I like bugging?
Yeah, you.
I might have been
I
bugging.
always. I can't find it right now.
Alright. So
Question. I got some questions. Do you guys think that how do I say? I asked this question before on when I called in to the stream. I forget what episode it was, but what do you? I want to ask this again, especially since Babe's here. What do you guys think Garp's end of series role is going to be specifically as a D Clan member?
A cuck. Let me stop.
come on, bro. Yo, you gotta keep it PG.
Watch everybody else do shit.
Gotta keep it PG, bro.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, my bad, guys.
Oh my god, bro. These
But no,
guys.
Well, we can tell what what Luffy's gonna do. Kind of, we can kind of see what Dragon's trying to do. They're really trying to do big things. But Garp, I mean, it could be something with Sword, but like he seems like kind of a sideline dude, and I don't know. I feel like he's gonna have some sort of. I think he's gonna have a really heavy role as a D Clan member that we're not gonna expect because of how like lackadaisical Oda presents.
Yeah. Yo, Vape, we're hearing an echo, bro, on your side.
You hearing echo on mine?
Yeah. I'll answer first.
Nah, my mic is not lighting up, so it's not coming from me.
Yeah, I think it was just Dash. No, it was lighting up when Dash was talking. But it's cool now.
Okay.
So for me, I believe that
Oh, it is.
yeah,
Wow.
just a little bit.
Hold on.
I believe that Garp will probably die. I think that Garp himself has to serve a purpose other than what he's been serving. And since he's part of the old generation, the new generation's kind of like pushing out the old at this point, where like even Kaido and Big Mom are getting pushed out for the new emperors and then, and the new people that are going to run the seas. And that means that Shanks is going to be soon discarded as well, or even Mihawk to a degree, right? So I think that they're a generation after Garp. So Sengoku got pushed to the side, Garp is getting pushed to the side, and I think that Garp, he will have how Ace was the one to die and propel Luffy to go to further heights? I think
Mhm.
that it won't be Sabo. Like, I think he'll save Sabo this time as a like a replacement for when he couldn't save Ace. But instead, Garp is probably going to sacrifice himself for Luffy in some shape or form. I don't know how that's going to play out. I could probably say like Akainu has something to do with it, or if the Gorosei come into play, Garp intervenes to some degree. Or even I would like to see Garp get taken out in a very great way by like destroying an ancient weapon, probably, if he's capable of it, such as like Uranus. I have no idea. But I think that if Garp has any further relevance into the story, it's to progress Luffy to a higher height than he wasn't able to before he dies. And I think that's where I kind of like have my mindset that Garp will be the sacrificial lamb or it'll be Shanks. It's going to be one of those two for me. So, Vape?
When it comes to Garp, that's a little hard for me. I do believe that he's probably like some shape or form a part of Sword, and probably if he does end up being wiped out or unalived because of it, it will be because of that. I look at it as it's either that or I feel like he's going to, like you said, sacrifice himself in like a political type of way that, you know what I'm saying? That kind of like you said, buys time for Luffy or buys time for someone like Im going after Luffy. Or I do feel like maybe he becomes the second person that, or he'd probably be the person that outs out Im's identity and outs it to the world and like announced it. You know what I'm saying? Because who knows? Sword could have been tapped in, and just like how the government was tapped into the phone call of Sabo and Revolutionary Army. I feel like Sword could have been tapped into.
Yeah.
Or like have the same kind of technology and they could have been tapped into. So I feel that they're going to listen to the conversation and then kind of follow up on the investigation of Sabo seeing someone sitting on the throne. And I think that Garp's biggest role would be to publicize and tell people that there is someone that's the king of the world out there, stuff like that. Especially, I feel like he's going to be responsible of outing everything that they've been doing in Sword and what Sword's about, with the help of with the help of Big Morgan. You know what I'm saying? Of Morgan, to get it out there publicly. And yeah, I think that's what's going to get him killed. But I think that he's going to be the person, because why? Who else would the world believe but the hero?
Yeah.
Like any other Marine can go up there and say, "Hey, there's a king of the world." This stuff that like we've been doing, we like, even though the government has been like a thorn in a lot of people's side, and some people think they're heroes and stuff like that, but we're not all good. There's an organization within the government that's been trying to purge that kind of evil in the government, but it came to our knowledge that someone is sitting on the throne, and that we do have an enemy, and we do have someone to point the finger at. And everybody would believe Garp, because Garp is the hero. So it'd be kind of like the government effing their self over by putting so much stock in Garp, in his reputation and stuff like that, just for that same kind of reputation that tears him down.
Okay. What about you, Desh? What do you have to say about your own question? You're muted, by the way, I think.
Somebody said you did a face reveal. No, like there's people acting like they've never seen your face, Dash.
I never. I don't. Yeah, I was muting so because hopefully there was no echo because of that. Shit. I was really just trying to ask you guys because like I'm honestly stumped about it. Because of like how much of a backseat he's kind of taking, and especially with Kobe becoming his replacement. I don't know. I really don't know. But I do have another question.
What's up?
Wait, did you go yet, Larry?
Yeah, I went first.
Okay. Now, what kind of question do you guys want?
Right,
Do you want
a
question? Or I guess I'll let Larry decide. Do you want a Sabo question? Do you want an Emu question? Do you want a Egghead Island question? Or do you want a Cross Guild question?
Pick whatever one. I don't mind.
Whatever one. Okay. So I know that it's probably frustrating we're hearing about like every pre-time skip villain or foe getting reintroduced into Cross Guild, but I have to ask, I have to say, I think Gin would probably make a valuable member. He beat Sanji's ass. He's super loyal.
Hold on, are you answering your own question again, Desh, and not asking
Well,
me?
Answer this since I didn't answer last time.
Okay.
And I just want to hear your guys' opinions. Mine's the least important. I think I'm just trying to provide the question.
Yeah. So what was your question again? That Gin is going to join the Cross Guild?
Yeah, I'll make it quick. Yeah, I know it's exhausting hearing about like every pre-time skip foe coming into Cross Guild, but I do have to mention I think Gin could be a really cool show up in Cross Guild. He can fight. He's loyal. He's got some cool ideologies.
I think he was too loyal to Craig for that.
So here's the thing. There's a lot of good characters I think that would be excellent to come back for, right? Especially during these little interesting moments such as the Cross Guild. So it would have been nice for Gin to come back, but I feel like sometimes characters pre-time skip have fulfilled their roles entirely for the rest of the story. And I think Gin is one of those guys that, as fan favorited as he is, he'll never come back. The same way I think Anel, being as fan favorited as he was, because he's one of my favorite characters, he's never going to have the impact on the story that he should have again. And it's just because they don't necessarily fit into the story anymore. I think that Gin having his loyalty towards Don Krieg made his character exceptional, but it also made his character interesting because he totally believed that Don Krieg wasn't the best captain. So if he was to join Cross Guild, I mean, we would have to have some type of backstory or a couple panels to explain why that would be a good decision for him to just bounce from Don Krieg, and it would have to be worthy enough to go against the loyalty or the extreme loyalty that he showed during the Baratier arc. And I just don't think we have enough time from what Oda had stated, which he stated plenty of times. There's only 3 years left, 4 maybe. And I don't think he's going to waste precious chapter panels on somebody that he would need to explain more of a base for as to why his decision was to join the Cross Guild. You know what I'm saying? So I can't really see it, but would I love it? Of course. I love Gin. I would love to see Anel back too, but I don't think it's going to happen.
Okay, I feel what you're saying, but you lumped Enel in with Gin. Like we've got a whole thing going on with him being possibly connected to Vegapunk.
Yeah. I won't. We'll save that topic for another time, like another conversation. But we'll let Vape go on what he thinks about Gin joining the Cross Guild, and yeah. And I have an announcement after this.
I think I don't think Gin's coming back. That's one thing. I don't think Gin's coming back because that means we have to bring Don Craig back and but I do. If I reach out there on who I would feel like, other than like I said, X Morgan, that would make more sense to have coming to the Cross Guild would be a person like, what's his name? The cat guy.
Nakama Mushi?
Kuro.
No.
Oh, Kuro. Captain Kuro.
Yeah, Kuro. I feel like a lot of people, because the reason why is because I feel the people that are from East Blue that knew about Buggy's reputation and stuff like that will look at it as, okay, this is a safe haven. Like, this guy is not nothing. You know what I'm saying? So if he got this pull like that with a crew like that, and he's a Yonko, I can join him and be straight for, you know what I'm saying, for the rest for a while. And I don't know, I feel like either Kuro or like we'll see other people, but I don't know. I soon enough would see, I could see just to be, because you guys know, like I said, I love the funny aspects of it, of how the story goes. I could see more of Don Craig or Gin accidentally joining a crew in the that's in the Grand Fleet of Straw Hats, like just like accidentally joining, so like not accidentally but joined one of the crews from the Grand Fleet and ended up being kind of connected to Straw Hats from there, and they'd just be like, "What, Don Craig? What the hell are you doing here?" He ended up being under the dude Orbilis or whatever, the guy that does the bowling or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's what I could see like with Gin or something them doing.
Or
But joining
Limbus.
the cross field, I wouldn't really see that.
All right. Then
I got more questions. You have an announcement.
I do. So for the first time on our channel, we really don't have female content creators, especially One Piece content creators or fans of One Piece. So this is very much a new collab, and she's pretty new on TikTok, and we're gonna bring her over. Her name is Hime. So, gentlemen, I wanted to welcome Hime Sama, or you could just call her Hime. Hello, are you here?
Hi,
Hello,
yes.
Hime-sama.
Hello, welcome.
What's up?
How are
Hey.
you? How's everything, Hime?
Good, everything's great.
So, everybody, if you wanted to catch Hime, her TikTok is Ohime Tenshi on TikTok, and she makes some pretty funny content. So, thank you for joining us, by the way.
It's actually a pleasure. And I'm new to TikTok, by the way, so bear with me. I
Nah,
just started this month.
nah, it's cool. It's cool. So you're a big fan of One Piece, from what I've seen, and
Exactly.
basically, I wanted to see what you thought about these two guys' top 5 waifus. Like, I need some clarification. Were they good? Were they bad? Do you want to start with Vape? Do you want to start with Desh's? Like,
I
Okay.
don't like this.
Okay. First of all, before answering any question, I just want to point out that English is not my first language, so sometimes I might not phrase my stuff right, and I can't find sometimes my words, so just bear with me. So I'm gonna start with Veep. I think his waifus are okay, and also he actually I actually have waifus in his list, so it's quite okay. I find his list quite okay, but Dash, what? What? I'm having a hard time believing it's true. But I mean, everybody has his preference, but look, I don't want to judge, but like that's some cougar stuff. No?
Well, all I'm saying is that Weevil's mom got a kid out of Whitebeard. And you guys are telling me that she has nothing to offer? Please. She got a kid out of the greatest pirate on Earth. He made a whole crew and called them their sons. He had plenty of sons, and she still got a kid out of them.
He didn't claim that one. he had a whole bunch of people that wasn't really his blood that he claimed before that kid.
Earlier in the stream, you admitted that you think that it is his son.
I did, but he still didn't claim it. Like,
hold on. Let Hime finish. Let Hime finish.
Hey, look, I understand, but like a waifu, like I mean, you have to be attracted to her. You have like to like her. You have like we don't know anything about this woman. Like she never appeared. You don't even know if like she's crazy. Like, and you don't even know if she's like good looking or anything. Like, how can she be your waifu?
Listen, you know, I'm sure you've heard the phrase, you never judge a book by its cover.
Yeah, but we never saw the cover of the book as well. It's like
We just
Not
saw
the cover of the book. The cover of the book, obviously, how she looks. She looks kind of, but you gotta read the content. You gotta read the pages. The pages are she got a kid out of the greatest pirate.
Can I ask you something?
Sons.
Can I ask you something, Dash? Is it just like you think she's she just like a good breeder, or like
I don't want to, bro. You told us not even to like curse on here. I'm not trying to get into.
Yo, I'm just trying to understand, bro. I was just trying to understand the reasoning, bro.
Let's talk about another one. How about? I feel like Monet. I feel like Bonnie was a legit choice.
yo, Bonnie. I'm gonna say it. Okay. From the first time I saw her, she was in my top 3. From the first time I saw her, what she was like, just eating food. I was like, this is my soulmate. I was like, if I ever like got reincarnated in One Piece, like this is me. This is gonna be me. Like not giving a f out anything and just eating and like having a crew and like just doing whatever. Just being
Yeah.
like a side character that can become really important after, and like you see it, like she's here now, and I was so happy. I was like, yo, and like who doesn't want to be able to eat anything and not get fat? Like, please. That's another thing. She's my top 2 waifu, like ever since I saw her.
Okay.
So
Food.
with that one, I'm with you.
All right. So,
Now,
oh, go ahead,
next
Dash.
one, Monet. That's not too bad. And again, I don't want to say things for why I specifically chose her.
You know what it is? Dash be looking at chicken wings, and he'd be like, "Damn, yo, Monet."
What? It would be have to be
uncleaned and unplucked ones.
The
like,
unplucked
damn.
chickens, he just devours,
Yeah,
bro. Has
yeah.
to.
Damn.
it would have to be frozen chicken wings to really get me if that was the case.
Mm-mm-mm.
So
Oh my God.
Hime, let me
Yeah.
ask
No,
you this: what is your
Yeah.
top 5 waifu in One Piece?
All right. Okay. My top one is really a basic, boring one, and I know people like are sick of hearing it, but it's Nami. Just because, like she was the first wife who introduced to us, and like I don't know, like I just feel some type of way. Like she's hot, but I know she's a bad girl. But like she's it's Nami, bro. Wait,
Okay,
go ahead.
Well, I would say there was another waifu who premiered the same day the same episode that Nami was in.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay. I hear you.
Althea was there too.
Yeah,
Hmm.
true.
Althea
Okay,
was there.
true. But
Yeah,
I mean,
fruit. Althea.
Nami. No, I just feel like she's a bit better. I don't know. That's my
understand
opinion.
Nami. Nami is a very, very attractive character. I don't know why I'm
She has a
saying that.
charm,
Look, she's waifu. She has waifu capabilities. It's just that, like I said, like I just feel like Oda is lazy when it comes to women's
Yeah.
designs, and it's a lot of Nami clones in the show. Like a lot of Nami clones, and that's what I feel like took the specialty away from Nami. And then I love Robin, and then Robin. Hancock reminds me of Robin, but with a little more attitude. So that's why I love both of them. But I don't
Okay.
know.
You see, I'm. Sorry. I actually
No,
agree. I actually agree on the fact that like the women in One Piece are like drawn like really like they look alike, you know. It's like I don't know, Oda was like, no, I'm gonna make like the guy's character like pop off and be all different and like have crazy like hair color and stuff. I don't know, like have scars everywhere and stuff, but the girls are like all look alike. Like not all of them, but she's either super hot or she's either super ugly, there's no in between in One Piece. I feel like that's the actual case.
Yeah.
And you're right, I feel like Boa resemble Nico Robin with more attitude, and Boa is actually also in my top 5. But if you want, I'm gonna tell you who's my top 5. After Nami, we have Moni, of course, and I explained a bit why. And on third, okay, that might be weird, but Carrot. I don't know why. I really like her. Okay, she has like a bubbly attitude, and that vibes with me. And like when she's like under like a full moon, like she's freaking hot, bro. Like bruh, mommy, please. Like, anyways, like the Carrot, like she's something. Like she's like the girl like looks cute and stuff, and like when you're with her, like she's like freaky and stuff. Like that's Carrot, she feels that way. And on the fourth, I'm gonna pick Vivi. I know people are like, she's boring, whatever, but I don't know. I also liked her, and I like the fact that she had like a duck pet. I know that doesn't have anything to do with her, but like, but I don't know. I feel like I could vibe with her. I don't really have a lot of argument about her. I just liked her. And on fifth place, I would take Boa. I didn't want to put her like just in my top 3 because like she's like everybody knows she's like the most beautiful one, and like she's like queen and everything. I don't want to like overhype her, but like she's 5th, and I know people are gonna be mad because Nico Robin isn't on my list. But the thing is, I just like Nico Robin is like a smart woman. She's like amazing everything, but like I feel like she's a bit boring. compared
true.
to others.
That's true, bro. She's a little
I'm
bit boring.
sorry.
A
Don't
little
don't
bit.
cancel me.
She's a little
Robin
bit
is
boring.
the most entertaining woman in the One Piece. What do you mean? Like? Well, one of them to me. I mean, she has the funniest jokes. She's the only person that understands Luffy to the point that she can communicate with Luffy's language. She's the only person that plays Luffy's game when it comes to Luffy like never getting no one's name right unless you're in his crew.
Mhm.
She's the only person that calls Luffy the same nickname that Luffy gives people. I
You
don't know,
know
maybe
what?
because I crush on her so much while I watch her so closely and see these things.
That man
But
fell in love because I never saw all of these details. You know, like
like
how did you pick up on all those details?
like think about it when they were on Zoe, right, and they were explaining Marco, and they announced that they were going to request try to get Marco and recruit Marco for the War of Wano,
Mhm.
and Luffy, who's Marco? And everybody was like, "What are you talking about? You were there at Marineford with him. He's the Phoenix fruit user. They gave him all his feats, and then he still didn't know who everybody was talking about. But then Robin was like, he looks like a pineapple." And then Luffy was like,
Okay.
That's true.
And
That's
mean,
true.
she's
all
the
right.
only one that called Cavendish cabin fish, and she it's not like she doesn't know this. She knows this, and she jeeks into it. And then she was the only one that told them that y'all look crazy and stupid when they try to make the human
Yeah.
Megazord.
human Megazord thing. She was like,
Oh, that
no,
was so
I
funny.
would never embarrass myself like that.
I am somewhat surprised y'all don't got Kiku in your top 5.
Wait, what? Who? Kiku?
Kiku,
Wait, am I
Little
tripping out?
Lion.
Who is that? I thought
I-
Kiku. Oh, Kiku! Oh my God, the Fuano. Yeah. Oh my. Oh, honestly,
I'm
Kiku,
joking.
who's
Mm,
Kiku
I
again?
think
I'm
I think
joking,
it's
bro.
because like she was in Wano and like she
Oh no.
but I mean she's cute.
Yeah.
I know, but
What about
He's cute, she's cute, whatever.
what about Miss Monday? Yo, y'all don't mess with Miss Monday
I
at
was
all.
gonna say that was gonna be my
Yo,
I remember I told you I like getting stepped on. That was gonna be like my honorary. That was gonna be my honorary choice right there. Miss Monday, God, Miss Monday.
No way. No way.
Whatever. She
Are
found a
you
husband.
searching
She's
her up now,
married
Hime?
She's married
No,
now.
I searched Kiku because I wasn't sure, but if I remember well, Miss Monday was it in wait.
That's who Vape wants to get stepped on by, huh?
Oh my God!
What?
Yeah.
But she's a married woman though, so I can't expect
Oh
for
my
her to
God!
get.
I thought Miss Monday was someone else. No, it's even worse than what I thought. It's even worse. Worse. Like how do you
Did you
remember
know that?
these
Did
type of
anyone know that she
characters?
got married?
Hold on,
Did
one
y'all
at a
know that
time.
she got married?
Hold on, one at a time. What'd you say, Hime?
I said, how do you remember these characters? Like, do you just like when you stumble on like a weird looking character, you just like write it down and like, I might use that.
I think we've I don't know, we've talked about One Piece more than a couple of times, so like it just gets memorized. Like somebody will mention like a weird name and you just be like, "Oh, I didn't know that was their name," you know? Yo, Desh, you okay, man? I know we were, getting on your top 5 and
No, but it's
I mean,
okay. No judgment.
You said Miss Monday, so do I even really need to defend myself?
Yeah.
Oh, I'd like to add Reiju to my list.
oh, that's a solid pick. That's a solid pick, Desh. Reiju
What?
is Reiju. Sanji's sister.
Also, Kaido's son,
Ah,
aka,
Yamamoto.
aka, aka Kozuki Odin.
You had to put away. You know who I think is slept on? The girls from Frankie's crew. Like they slept on.
Oh, with the
though.
square heads.
They slept on. You feel me? Frankie had himself a little harem. But Miss, oh yeah, like I was asking, do y'all know that Miss Monday got married?
No, I didn't. Who she get married to?
She got married to Mr. 8. That's his name, Mr.
The
8.
guy that was with, right?
The guy that was with Vivi. The guy that
Yeah.
was with Vivi when she was Miss Wednesday.
Mr. 8.
He stayed on Whiskey Peak with them and had kids.
The guy that has like the funky hair, like
No, not
Mr.
the
A?
one that be like, oh, bub, not him.
That's Mr.
But
8 though.
that is no, we're
Yeah.
Mr. Nine. Mr. Nine actually. Then
Mr.
Mr. Nine.
9.
Oh, I
The
don't
guy-
even remember that guy.
Huh?
I don't remember that guy, to
That's
be
the guy
honest.
with the
like,
crown.
Yeah.
yeah.
Wow. I did not know that.
Yeah. In the cover arc, it covers up like when it goes to I think it's like from the depths of it's one of the from the depths of the world cover arcs where
Uh-huh.
they basically go over everybody. Basically, we revisit all the islands that the Straw Hats have been at and what's going on there, and that's how we find out that things like Karina on Syrup Village has become a doctor and stuff like that, and also we find out that Miss Monday and Mr. Nine got married and had kids.
Oh, I just got it. That is true. I just found it. They have like a whole
Well,
they have like a whole kid.
Yeah,
that's
I did not know that. Hey, shout out to Mr. 9, man.
and Miss Monday, you feel me, for stepping on.
Yeah, listen, for stepping on him. So, let me ask you this then. If you like to be stepped on, why you ain't pick Domino? The chick from Impel Down with the pink get up. She was like the torturer in Impel Down.
Dang, I
Go with the
forgot
killer.
about her, bro. I did. I forgot about her. And actually, Black Maria is my baby too. Like what she did with Sanji.
Yo,
What?
Vape, you got issues, bro.
What she did to
you
Sanji?
honestly, Black Maria, like she's
Dude,
kind of hot.
Yeah, she was.
I
Like,
can
I
understand
want a
a
hockey
bit.
punch all day from her.
Okay.
Give me a hockey punch all day.
Okay.
You guys, you guys, I can't believe none of you guys mentioned Tom's wife.
Tom's wife.
No.
What?
We mentioned that for you.
Tom's
Because
wife.
that seems like more of your taste.
You guys are having me like, oh, Kokoro, the sea train conductor.
Yeah.
God, no.
Wait, what?
and-
What's her name?
Kokoro.
The first ever mermaid we ever saw in the series.
So Kokoro.
Yeah. What? Yo, like, people watching this live are questioning our mental health. That's for sure. Like,
Yes, I'm pretty sure. I'm surprised you didn't say Dadan or anything like that.
Oh, the Don.
Dadan, yeah.
Low key, did you guys ever see how Dadan looked before she became a bandit?
I
No.
think they showed it, but I don't remember it.
Let me see if I can pull it up real quick.
Yeah, what about Khalifa though? You're gonna be super clean. You're gonna be squeaky clean after.
Oh yeah. I would mess with her. I forgot old girl, the lieutenant, the one that's in the Marines with the cage fruit.
So
She
this
was
is
the wife.
what Dadan looks like if you guys are looking at the stream. This is how she first looked before she became a bandit. It should come up in like a couple seconds.
So, Hime, what do you think of Perona being a waifu?
Verona?
Mm-hmm.
Hollow,
Does she have
the
any-
hollow ghost.
Wait.
Imple down.
Sorry, I'm not good with names,
Not
so I need
down.
I need
Still
to
a
Google. Oh yeah. Okay. I like her, but like she's really annoying. Honestly, her voice and like how she acts, it's really annoying. So like, I like her, but I don't feel neutral
Well,
about her.
I almost said
Dishes
something.
lady. I put the dishes lady over her.
The dishes lady.
Yeah, the one that was with Dr. Hogback.
You mean the zombie chick, Sentry?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Don't want me. Yeah.
She's dead.
You got people naming dead people. Like, you got people who saying Monette and all that. She's dead too. She's gone.
All right. So Hime, you've been watching the stream with these guys two talking. I know there was a couple outlandish things that were said. Do you remember any? And did you want to comment on them?
First of all, the wildest take I've ever heard in my life. The fact that Karibu can be a Nakama of like, the One Piece crew. I'm like, oh, I was like, this is the first time I've ever heard this. Like, I go read like theories online and stuff and whatever. I watch videos, but nobody ever said that. I don't know if somebody like said that like, I don't know, today, yesterday, whatever, but I never heard anybody say that. And I gotta say something. I feel like to be a part of the crew, you have to have like a job that aligns a bit with like the pirate crew. Like it's example, there's like Sanji the cook, there's like I don't know, the doctor, there's Nami the navigator, etc. Like everybody has a job. Like what would the Caribou be? The job of Caribou be like. I feel like he wouldn't bring anything to the crew. Like even if it was true, like would he bring more? I don't know. I just and you guys were saying like Brooke deserved less being in the crew than Yamato. Like I can understand where this is coming from, but I feel like they need a musician on the crew, and that's one of the part why he's here as well. And like his personality and everything and his backstory, I understand. But like Yamamoto doesn't have like she feels like more of a leader than a crewmate. I feel like she would have like her own crew, so that's why I knew she wouldn't come to their crew. You feel me?
Mhm.
And Kerbal, as I said, Kerbal, like I feel like okay, answer me this: what would he bring to the crew? Tell me.
He can be espionage. He could be espionage. He can be espionage slash a storage. I feel like Caribou is very
Storage?
for real, he's very sneaky, and he can sneak in a lot of places and get in and out in a lot of places, like especially with his fruit and stuff like that. So I feel like for gathering information and stuff and scouting and stuff like that, he would be great for that. He would be great for that. He's so
But,
espionage slash, what I'm saying.
like a lurker type of character. Uh,
Like he could be our snake, our Sam Fisher. He could be
he's
our
already a snake.
he could be,
The thing
he
is
could be our
like,
solid snake, like Metal Gear. You know what I'm saying? He can be, what I'm saying. He like we don't know that many spies, so One Piece could have. I mean, they can literally have their own spy.
I'm telling you now, like I'd rather have Buggy join as a crewmate than Caribou. Like for real.
And
I'm
that
out.
is
Like,
why I think it's the picture perfect theory of who would join the crew is because he is the least person that you would either want or think that will be a part of the crew.
but like even like Bunkley would be a better crewmates than him. Like this guy, I just feel like he would stab his crewmates. Like why would we want him in? Like that's I don't know. Like he just does everything for himself. Like he's narcissistic as fuck. Like he doesn't think about anybody else than him. Like look how he treated his brother. Like I don't know. I just don't feel like his principles aligns with like everybody's in the crew. So that's
All
why.
right, and I feel like that would be a perfect example of someone actually spending time with Luffy and them, and would be a part of his redemption arc. Seeing what Luffy and them do, how they act on a daily basis, and how close they are as a crew and stuff, will be the driving point of his redemption arc. And he's
Look.
but he's going to turn all of those thoughts around for everybody to the point that we're going to be asking when is he going to join the crew. Like he needs to join the crew. And yeah, his brother and stuff, all of them are good. They got their own island and stuff that worships him. And
Go ahead, Dash.
he,
Hold on, Vic.
yeah.
Go ahead, Dash.
Before you respond, did you read the cover art stories for Caribou?
For Caribou, no, but like for others, yes. I don't know. I don't remember his backstory or like.
So he got captured by the government, right? And then his big brother came to rescue him, and he took his big brother's crew that he came with and left with his crew and left his big brother with the Marines.
Mhm.
And
Yeah,
then
that one I know.
then he ditched that crew, ends up on an island and manipulates and robs an old lady who that takes care of him, by the way.
Yeah, but
And
he's a bad person.
Okay, First of all, he did not leave with the crew of his brother. He left his brother and that crew. He left his brother and that crew there. All right.
see that poor old lady?
He left by himself. And
He's
then
taking her and everything.
and what? Whoa. He was looking for stuff, but he didn't actually steal anything from that old lady. The old lady made those meat pies for him.
It's called the Hag's Delicious Meat Pie and Valuables.
Okay. Okay. He's a pirate. Number one. So like he's doing his job. And Number two, he did run out on that lady. I'll bring that back in. He did run out on that lady when she was being attacked, but he ended up spending the block for her. He spent the block for her, even though she knew at the end that he was not the leader and stuff like that, and wasn't her grandson. He still sat back and saved her, and basically she didn't mind about him taking her stuff because why? He gave her basically a feeling that her grandson was there. So actually did something very nice for that old lady. But he's a pirate, so what do y'all expect? He's like pirates are not nice, okay? He's not nice. They're not nice, but they have their reasons and stuff like that. And I feel like that's what we're slowly getting to and getting to know him about. I don't feel that he's just gonna be some like I don't feel that he's gonna do what's the name did. What was his name? The guy from Wano, the drawing guy, the guy that ended up being the traitor.
He didn't spin back for the old lady. She spun back for him.
No, when at the end when they were about to leave the island and the old people and his brothers and them came, he spun back for them.
No. All right.
No.
So, Hime, did you have any questions that you wanted to ask us about anything regarding One Piece?
All right. There's one thing. Well, I didn't make my research on it, so maybe there's an answer out there. But like, there's one thing I didn't understand is like, why did Green Ball come and like what was that all about? I didn't understand that. You know, the admiral with the green hair, like
Yeah.
I was and also like, how come Shanks was like close by, like all of these, like I feel like he would have just pitched in like anything just on the spot, maybe to like change Yamamoto thinking of like going out of the seas. Like I don't know if it was that the reason. Like why did this event happen? That's my question.
So the reason why Green Bull came through was because Akainu wanted to check out the state of Wano and what was actually happening there. And they knew that Kaido and Big Mom were linking up in secret. And when that was said, when like they heard wind of like Big Mom and Kaido linking up, Kizaru mentioned that I can just go there and handle it myself. And then I kind of was like, nah, like don't do that. And then he sent Green Bull instead. And then the reason why Shanks was just at Wano, there is no reason. like you could go ahead.
Go ahead. No, I was gonna say Green Bull didn't Kaido didn't know, well, according to Green Bull, Kaido didn't know that he was there. Because he told people not to tell Kaido that he went.
Yeah, you know what it was? It was just like they caught wind of it. Like there was information out that these two were linking up in Wano. So Green Bull kind of just like took it upon himself to just go.
And then about time Green Bull arrived, Luffy and them bounty already went out because he had Luffy's bounty in his hand. And it was like Luffy was his target more than anything.
Yeah,
so
the Shanks thing is weird though. Because
the Shanks thing I think is just because One Piece film was One Piece film is red right
the end of the arc film.
I feel like it was just like a great timing. Like, okay, One Piece film red, it's about Shanks. Well, we got to bring Shanks in the chapter. And I mean, because he basically spoke on a speakerphone and left. Like,
yeah. So one thing that so Hime, if you ever get a chance, search up Parvision on YouTube. Parvision himself has stated that Shanks might have one of the best observation hockeys in the world, besides having the best Conquerors hockey in the world. So the reason why he says that is because through many instances, we never really found out how Shanks ended up running into Kaido and then stopping him before Kaido went to the Summit War where they were about to execute Ace. And then he somehow ended up in Marineford at the same time that it just doesn't make sense time-wise as to how fast he made that happen and how he intersected Kaido. So the idea right now is that Shanks knew that Kaido and Big Mom were having some type of thing happening in Wano, and he probably sensed it through his observation that Luffy was there. And he might even know that there was an ancient weapon on Wano. Like, there's so many theories as to why Shanks does whatever Shanks does throughout all of the story. And we just don't know. Like, the dude is such a mystery. It's like if Oda doesn't land Shanks correctly at all, then
I'm gonna be so mad.
it's going to be a big disappointment on a series. Also, shout out to TCB Scans. They're in the chat.
So what's
No
up?
way.
I think that for me, you've heard it from me before. I think I think Shanks is like the glorified biggest informant of One Piece. He is the biggest snitch in One Piece. Um, I feel that his whole thing is that his whole One Piece thing is having the the piece of the ocean. I think that's what you said before, right?
Yeah, I
That
said
he
that. So I said that Shanks's One Piece is literally the meaning of One Piece. Like when you think of One Piece, you think like a piece of something. Well, his is like one piece throughout the world. So he tries to keep balance between everybody.
And I think me and you've had this conversation before.
Yeah.
Like who would be the worst enemy towards that piece? Would be the person that destroys every balance in the world so far. And that's Luffy. He's destroyed the Shibukais. He's destroyed he's destroyed the Yonko. He's destroyed he's invaded all of the important buildings of the government. Um, and then I do think that he will be also a threat to the peace that's on that he is also a threat to the peace that Shanks has. But so yeah, I think that he was warning. I still think that the pirate that he was warning the Gorosei about was Luffy, and I think that he did know about the secrets of Luffy's fruit and what it was.
What do you think,
And
Hime?
yeah,
But if he was so against all of like Luffy's actions, like why would he let him loose, like be free and do whatever he wants? Like I mean, he's doing so much damage, like according to you. So like, why is he like just chilling and like, oh yeah, whatever happens?
same way like when people in real life like have a rabid dog that they loved and raised and have love for, they just let the dog catcher gets them and put them to sleep. You know what I'm saying? They don't do it themselves. They couldn't be able to do it themselves. And I feel like that's what Shanks said. Like, this is the one person that is a threat to his peace, but he has too much too much love for it to stop himself. Or yeah, so why not tell the government to do their job?
I don't. So personally, I think that Shanks is more on like Luffy's side. Maybe okay. I don't like. I know that he didn't have any character development. I don't know like what he thinks like 24/7. But I feel like he actually wants Luffy to do all of these things. He's actually letting him loose so he can become like an emperor like right now. So he could like he wanted to make contact with him after he became big. So now he's like, oh yeah, it's maybe time to go talk to him. And maybe he's like gonna like I don't know, throw off his plan of doing something, and like maybe Luffy's gonna be inside of that plan. Like I feel like this is what's gonna happen, not like yo, I'm gonna stop you now that you're an emperor. Like I feel like it just doesn't make sense. I don't know.
I don't know. I just think that that would be one thing that would. I feel like it does make sense when it comes to why he wouldn't try to stop it himself, because it would be feel like it's a monster that he let out that he couldn't put down himself.
Yeah.
And especially if like I feel like he had different kind of plans for Luffy, even though like I do believe he does. I feel like he did believe in Luffy from what him saying the same words that Ryder said, but I do think that what Luffy has to do, because Shanks wasn't there, so I don't feel like Shanks knows exactly what you have to do to what I'm saying, to make the One Piece, or what I'm saying, or for One Piece to come fruition. He wasn't there, so I don't think. I think that like from whatever Roger told Shanks so far, like was just a little bit, but Shanks took that and was looking at like, okay, my job is to keep the peace until someone is able to complete Roger's journey. But I think but to complete Roger's journey would be a lot of destroying, a lot of things that needs to be destroyed. Like Marie's Wall would need to be destroyed. The Red Line and Reverse Mountain will need to be destroyed. Also Fishman Island would need to be destroyed. So I don't think that's something that like Shanks is gonna be like, okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
Like, I think he's gonna be like, nah, I'm not rocking with that. Like,
So let's get Desh in here. Desh, what are your thoughts on this, man?
I don't really have any like complex thoughts on it. I think the Gorosei sent Shanks. I think that's pretty similar to some certain things that certain somebody said in here. I forget who. But again, it's not really a complex reason. I just think that they don't fully trust Akainu, and I think they're trying to just stay a few steps ahead of him. I think they especially know that he's got bootlickers because he's a really personable guy, and he's ruling with an iron fist, and like he's definitely doing things very differently from how Sengoku did it. So that's my reason. That's what I think.
Okay.
Nothing.
It's interesting to think about what Shanks is and what he can be. And I think I've said it a couple times on our show, is that I don't know exactly what Luffy said, but if it was the same thing that Roger said, I also think what Roger said was the same thing that Joy Boy probably said previously. And if that's true, then whatever's written on that poneglyph is the same dream that Luffy and Roger had that's on Laugh Tale. So I think that Luffy overall actually said what the One Piece was to Shanks. And Shanks also heard the same thing from Roger, right? So if whatever that dream is, it's been said that when you hear what the One Piece is, or like you understand what it is, what do you do afterwards? Like, what actions do you take? And we can see that whatever the One Piece is generates a different reaction from people overall. And that's what Rayleigh said. He's like, yo, I can tell you, Nico Robin, right now what the One Piece is, but it depends on your reaction. So I think we saw one of those reactions when we saw Roger go to Laugh Tale and everybody laughed, right? But Roger might have come back and told Shanks what Laugh Tale was, and it made him cry. And then we see Luffy where he announces his dream to the Straw Hats on the ship. If that truly is what the One Piece is, then we saw Nami, we saw everybody have different reactions, which is very similar to what Rayleigh said. So I think in a way, it could be that whatever Shanks understood of whatever the dream is or whatever the One Piece is, he probably felt incredible pressure from the world, or like felt a huge weight on his shoulders that he could not necessarily do anything about except due to things that he's doing now. And even though Luffy might seem like a contradiction to that One Piece idea, it also brings about the fact that there's going to be a huge change that's going to lead to something greater. Because if we're to have a new dawn, that means that that new dawn previously turned into the Great Night. You know? And we're living during that nighttime. So now there's going to be a new dawn that's going to happen, and Luffy will bring it. And I don't know if Shanks is going to be an enemy. I also know that Shanks is an ally of Luffy's. But Luffy's going to have to go through Shanks in order to do whatever he needs to do for the world, right? Like, I feel like that just makes sense.
I also feel that another way that Shanks is looking at it too, if like the government can't stop stop Luffy, that the only way to stop Luffy is to get to the One Piece first. And that's why he told Ben that it's time to go get the One Piece, and decided that it's not time to meet Luffy. It's time to actually pursue the One Piece themselves. And I think it's to bring closure to what he thinks is the One Piece and what he has to do, just so he can see if him thinking stopping Luffy is the right thing, or letting Luffy do his thing is the right thing. So I think that's what he's trying to figure out.
I do have a question though, and I'll ask towards Hime first. Where do you guys think the final road poneglyph is, and do you think it's with Shanks?
Oh, I never thought it was with Shanks, but that would make so much sense. Well, actually, I don't know if that would make so much sense, but like, I mean, Shanks knows like how to go there. It feels like he knows how to go there, so like maybe he has it, but at the same time, if he has it, like how are the other pirates gonna gonna find it if he has it? So he might not have it, but he knows where it is, I think, or maybe it's on his territory or something. But to be honest, like I really have no clue where it could be. Like I was trying to figure out, but honestly, I don't know. But it has something to do with Shanks, that's for sure, because I feel like he knows how to get to the island.
What about you, Dash? What do you think?
This is a reach, but I think it's on the remains of the Oro Jackson, wherever it may be.
Have we ever
Roger's
heard
old.
about, have we heard about where the Oral Jackson is now?
No.
Wasn't it destroyed?
What is
Was it?
it? Yeah, someone recap me on what is the Oral Jackson again?
It's the
Rogers-
Rogers pirate ship.
Oh,
Yeah, it's the one with the egg that everybody's like, yo, the egg is something.
yeah.
What about you, Vabe? What do you think?
I think it's on Elbaf. I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with the basic kind of answer. I think it's on Elbaf, and I do think that, like I said, I told you, I think that I feel like the only way through force. Well, all right, like I said, I feel like it's three ways that Shanks would be in the way of Luffy. That's either, like he did, go to the government and try to get the government to focus on Luffy more, or reach One Piece first, right? Or reach the One Piece first. But I feel that to complete that, he's going to have to understand that he'll need the other road poneglyphs. I do think that he has those already, but as far as the one that's on Wano and that was on Whole Cake Island, I don't think he has. So I think that when we do get the Elbaf, that will be the grand reunion that we'll get with Luffy and the Shanks pirates and, you know what I'm saying, the redhead pirates and Straw Hats. And I think that will be I mean, I've been saying this for almost over a year. I think that will be the return of the Davy back fight. We'll get an actual serious Davy back fight with Shanks saying, "Hey, if you win, you get the last road poneglyph. If we win, we get the rubbins that you guys have from Wano and Whole Cake Island. And whoever wins this will be the Pirate King. Will be the Pirate King. And basically, you know what I'm saying, I think that would be something that, like, Luffy will also put the hat up there, put the hat on for, you know what I'm saying, a top to put some more to raise the bet and everything too. At first I used to think that this would be a great time that we'll get the Zoro versus Mihawk duel. But since Mihawk's with Cross Guild, who knows? Maybe we might. We don't know, but that could still be a happen things. I do also think we will get a similar duel to like Usopp did with Daddy the father, but this time it'll be against his actual father, and it'll be a Usopp versus Yasopp duel. It will be we could see different events, like, because like it won't be a straight up fight. I don't think everything will be a straight up fight. I do think it will be in competitions, but in a more serious tone. So we might get a race between freaking Lucky Roo and Sanji, So, yeah, I that's what I do feel. I feel like the island, the island that has the last, and the reason I think it's Elbaf because Elbaf has too much. We've seen too much Viking terms and Viking, like, kind of and things that refer to Viking lore in One Piece. Like Shanks has a Viking ship. We like Usopp wants to go to Elbaf because Elbaf is looked as like Valhalla, like that's where all the true warriors go. I still feel like it's something about Prince Loki there, and yeah. So I do feel like Elbaf is one of those big, important, like very important islands that'll be up there with Wano and stuff
Okay.
like that. Wano and Whole Cake.
All right. Yeah, I asked that question because go ahead, Desh.
Oh no, go ahead. I'll save it.
No, go.
I was just gonna say something real quick. Well, I just wanted to see what you guys think. I was thinking maybe like you need to have a Davy back fight to get access to the One Piece. And I was thinking maybe Shanks is saying like now Luffy's like actually on that level, and maybe then now it's time for Shanks' crew to beat Blackbeard's crew to Laugh Tale, so that Shanks can have the Davy back fight with Luffy and let him win versus Blackbeard, who's clearly not going to let Luffy win.
Hmm.
The thing is, I don't think. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
No, you're good.
I don't think that Shanks is the last boss with Luffy. I don't know. I feel like Blackbeard will be more the last boss because he's like the evil one. I don't know. That would
agree
make
with
a better storyline than Shanks because I feel like Shanks gonna let him win. Like we won't know if Shanks actually lose because he's he will be like weaker than him, or if he's like letting him win. So like I feel like it's gonna be like ambiguous a bit.
No,
So
I
I
do.
think
I do see something like happening while during the
I think
David Bag fight.
that,
Go ahead, bro. I couldn't hear.
okay, so I do think that's Shank's intentions, but I don't think that's what's gonna happen. I think Blackbeard's gonna take Shanks out before
No,
that happens.
I think that
They
we're
have
gonna get
this.
interference. I think that during the Davy Back fight between Shanks and Luffy, that we will, before we get an actual conclusion, we'll have an interference from the Blackbeard pirates who are gonna be like, whatever, we're taking all of it. You know what I'm saying? We're taking all y'all rubbings of the Poneglyphs. And that will be, and yeah, and he packs up Shanks in front of Luffy, and they move on, and then that would be the start of the Blackbeard Pirates versus Straw Hats. Because I don't think that Luffy still has enough motivation to want to really beat down Blackbeard, because just turning in Ace isn't enough. Because even he said it, and even Zoro reminded him that was Ace's choice to go against Blackbeard, to go after Blackbeard. Blackbeard wasn't looking for no Ace. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, yeah.
Go ahead, Hime.
I want to say something. I think that the reason why Luffy will go against Blackbeard is because Blackbeard is gonna like. I know it's like people won't like me saying that, but I feel like Blackbeard is gonna beat Shanks' ass with like his crew and stuff, and like Luffy's gonna be so mad that he's gonna go like beat Blackbeard. I think that would be like lo- logical. I don't know, maybe not, but I feel like this is what's gonna happen. But I might be wrong. Maybe Shanks is the last boss, and like I don't know, but like Luffy needs like to hate, not necessarily hate his enemies, but like he needs like an emotional thing like that connect with him, so he could like so he would like do something against someone. That I don't know. I feel like that's how it's gonna happen. I don't know.
Yeah, that argument has been brought up before, that that's the reason why Kaido didn't seem such like a good villain, was because Luffy didn't really have any animosity towards him or like any ill feelings. It was just like, Kaido's this big bad guy I gotta get through because I made an alliance with Law, and I gotta take him down in order to beat Pirate King. But it was never like Doflamingo animosity or like Crocodile, you know?
Oh yeah.
So it's really tough to compare when Luffy's like feeling a certain way versus when he's not feeling a certain way, and it really depends on like how you feel about that villain afterwards. So I get what you're saying, Hime, for sure. I get that part.
By the way, shout out to the Flamingo, one of the best evil character ever. Like
Oh,
yeah.
the best in One Piece, for
Yo,
sure.
like
The best.
up until now, like I feel like anyways, he's my number one evil character.
Go ahead,
Um,
Fresh. What were you gonna say?
If I know, Larry, you wanted to say something, but let me present this question if you have time to or whatever. Do you guys have any theories on Eustace Kid's possible role in Elbaf? Because we know he's got issues with Shanks, and there's a lot of people. It's a pretty general consensus that Shanks is going to have a role in Elbaf.
If there's a big garbage can, Kid will probably be in it. That's my thought. That's my thought. Go ahead, Vic.
Then solo Shanks. No,
No, I do.
But yeah, no.
I do see. I do see Blackbeard unaliving Shanks in front of Luffy, and that will give him enough motivation to go after Blackbeard. But I also don't think that Blackbeard is the final end all be all enemy. I do feel that the government is going to be that. The Gorosei admirals. I feel like that is going to be the end all be all opponents for Luffy, and it's going to be taking place after the greatest war. And I also feel like it's going to be around the time, because I feel like just like how we had this period of time of Luffy being called a Yonko, but not that many people, as far as fans and even people in the story, not believing he's a Yonko until he actually beat Kaido. I feel like there's gonna be a time of when Luffy actually reached Laugh Tale, finds out about what One Piece is, that Big Morgan and all them are gonna put up plaster on the news that Luffy is the Pirate King because he completed the Grand Line and stuff like that. But there's going to be people who don't believe that because he hasn't like basically kind of proved it. And I feel like until he is, that's going to be the case in like his status or whatever, until he defeats Eam in the government and stuff like that, and they'll be like, okay, yeah, he's actually is the Pirate King. And if when he reveals One Piece and stuff like that, but I also think that once One Piece is revealed and once it's complete, the title of Pirate King is going to be irrelevant.
Uh, can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead, man.
I feel like when I said that Blackbeard is like the last like boss whatever I meant like the last pirate boss, like not the last like boss of the anime. And I feel like my take on the One Piece is that even when they're gonna discover it and whatever use it, if it's usable, whatever it is, um the anime is not gonna end here. It's gonna end after like they find the One Piece, and then they're gonna do something about the government. That's how I see it. They're gonna maybe do something with the One Piece about the government. I feel like that's like the storyline that is coming. And and I had another question like regarding like the government, but like we can do it after like
No,
after this
you could ask it.
I always wondered like why the government like is like protecting the celestial dragon and stuff. Like I mean, we all saw them like they're super weak, like they can do nothing. They're just like nobles and stuff. Like why don't they just like eradicate them and just like be their own king like the government? And then I thought I was like, yo, there's this M king. I don't know how I like to pronounce her name.
Mhm.
So I was like, is it because of that king that they're not doing anything and then letting these nobles like rule over them? That's like a big question I have. I don't know.
Dash, you want to answer?
So they are they are the descendants of the 20 kingdoms that took down the original Great Kingdom back in the Void Century. So like I mean the descendants of and that those families are those that created the world government. So like are you really gonna oppose those kind of people that they have so much, they have the entire world government backing them, but you're not gonna do anything. It's the same thing with like any monarchy. Like yeah, like a king in itself, you can just take them out, but like there's all that structure behind them.
Yeah. What about you, Vape?
Um, First of all, I think that the celestial dragons are not from the planet. I think they are from one of the moons. Um,
Me too.
I think they are one of the moons. They obviously dress like astronauts and they call people humans because I think people are looking at it as a class standpoint of why they call people humans or separates themselves from humanity. But I think they're literally admitting it, like no, we're not human. Um, and just like what Death said, I do think that back in the Void Century that we did have their ancestors might have been warriors and fighters and stuff like that too. But I think just after they did win this war against the ancient kingdom and stuff like that, that we got so many generations of like them just kicking back, not having to worry about anything. Like if you think about it, we don't know any person who resembles or basically went after something like that, like a big threat against the government, as much as Joy Boy. Between Joy Boy and Roger, that's like 800 years probably. So that's like 800 years of just chilling and generations of no threats to then that's when Roger came around. Then now this new generation of pirates, that's just the worst generation. That's why they call them the worst generation because this is a generation of people who are just everyone just getting up to be a pirate and trying to figure out the secret that their ancestors didn't want to be brought out there. And yeah, I think the Celestial Dragons are just weak and stuff like that, just due to generations of pampering and being silver spoon fed. But I do think back in the day they were like formidable opponents. But yeah, they're aliens.
Yeah. So I'm not under the prefix that they are aliens. It does make sense when they have like spaceship suits that they're currently using to not breathe regular air. So I get the gist of why that is. But what I do think is that the celestial dragons are just the world government, and then the branch that they use to have force be used against the world to accomplish what their needs. They use the Marines. They use the Navy. Um, I will say though is it is interesting whatever happened during that 100-year void or whatever happened 800 years ago brought about within that time frame the extinction of the Lunarians came to be, and they probably went onto the red line to feel like they're better than everybody else, but also because they wanted to be real gods, where the Lunarians were probably considered like real gods. And if you ever look at One Piece, it's kind of crazy, but all the civilizations that aren't human don't live with other humans. So you have, for example, like the Minks, they live on an elephant, and the Lunarians lived on top of the red line, and you have fishermen who lived under the sea. And, you know, you have all these,
Sapiens.
yeah, the Skypians, they lived in the sky. So they tried to really stay away from humans overall. So it'll be interesting once the Void Century gets brought to light. And I hope it's very soon, because I think that's one of the things that Oda also can't fall on. Like, he has to make that story like amazing. If not, like, it could be a knock kind of on a series. It
Yeah.
could be.
And it's a lot. It's a lot. I feel, especially with the celestial dragons.
Yeah.
It's they. I still feel like they like you just said, like everyone else that's not human, they stay separate away from the humans. But except for the celestial dragons, who not only like they separate themselves from the humans, but they make themselves announcing saying that they're better than them, and they actually enslave the other races out there. They're only ones that enslave the other races out there. I really do think like the whole like you said, the Lunarians. I think that the Lunarians, the Skypians, the long neck tribe. It was a list like when they first showed the auction back in Sabodi, whatever. When they first showed the auction and they showed the value between their races. I think that's a list of clans or tribes that were a part of the ancient kingdom that separated themselves from the world government that we know, and also not only did that but also sided with Joy Boy back in the day. They also sided with Joy Boy when Joy Boy was going against, and they were having that big war. So that's why I feel like they look at him like, since you guys lost, you guys are property. You guys are nothing. Like, you guys are nothing but to be valued and stuff like that. So that's also, I feel like that comes to play and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, so
Interesting.
it's a lot. It's a lot. Yo, Desh, you got any more questions? Any of the wild ones?
Oh, I do got some questions. What do you guys think of this whole Flame Emperor thing? Like, do you you think Oda's teasing that Dragon's gonna become a pack soon or something like that? Like, I don't know why. My spirit doesn't sit right just knowing that like they're kind of equal now. Especially like they're saying that he's kind of surpassing his name, like his notoriety.
Wait,
Oh,
who's suppressing who? Like, Dragon and what? Repeat.
Dragon and Sabo.
Oh, okay.
so I don't know
I
who
don't
the
think they're
Flame Emperor is.
equal.
Yeah, I don't know who the Flame Emperor is. I mean, I know who the Flame Emperor is, but I don't know the man with the scar. I don't know the flame scar. I don't know who he is. But I'll tell you this, and I'm gonna be real with y'all, 100%. That dragon guy is taking L's, bro. He's been the most hyped up dude of all freaking time, considered the worst criminal in history. But bro has done absolutely nothing. And when Blackbeard showed up, he ran with the whole crew. Granted, he doesn't want to be found out. He doesn't want anybody to know where his headquarters is. But at least have some showing, bro. And like the way he just let Kuma become a robot, regardless of what his mission was, like the dude got turned into a slave. And you sent Sabo and a few good men to retrieve him. Like, F you, bro. Like, Dragon deserves no respect. He ain't even a good father. He decided to be a father to somebody else's kid, bro. Like, shut up, man. Like, I'm so tired of Dragon because, like, it's gotten to a point where, like, people, like, are listing him as, like, a top 5 character, strongest all time. And I'm like, bro, Sabo getting more notoriety than you. Like more people are going under Sabo's banner than they going under Dragon's banner. Like, come on, man. The dude just fails and consistently take L's in my opinion. But you could
100%.
go Hime.
Yeah, I 100% agree with you. Like, I was like, when I told my friend I don't even like Dragon, like they were like, "Yo, you crazy? What the hell?" Like he's like that big character. I don't know, overhyped and stuff. Like okay, tell me why do you like him? And like they didn't even have an answer. They were like we like him just because it's Dragon. Like people who have zero argument, like no character development, like no storyline, nothing. Like he's just there to be there. I feel like we could have gone on with One Piece without knowing him. I'm sorry, but like
1000%.
I don't know. I just feel maybe he's gonna have like his arc and like we're gonna like explain his backstory and everything and stuff. Maybe I don't know. Maybe Oda's gonna show us that, but he's gonna have to do some work for me to like him because he's not doing anything and he's not even taking care of his son or like maybe, I don't know. He could like maybe just do like a small thing. I don't know. Send a letter, something. I don't know. It just it bothers me. Like this character bothers me. Like I don't know.
What about you, Vape? What do you think?
Yeah, I think the hype of Dragon like fell off after Ennie's lobby. Like whatever. Like after that, we were just like, like I feel like he just went to the back like Shanks. But and like yeah, you're right. The only feat that he has is basically farting everybody off on an island. I just it's hard. I do want to see something happen with Dragon. I do think that he could be the win-win fruit or be like this fucking Thunderbird Zoan type of thing, but I'm losing so much interest. Like I'm not gonna lie, I'm losing so much interest in Dragon. Like I feel like about time he does get involved in something, it's gonna be so much other shit going on that we're just gonna be excited for that week that he starts fighting. Like, oh yeah, we finally gonna get to see him fight. And we're gonna sit here talk about it and stuff like that. But I really don't see other him being the one of those two of those fruits that I said he will be, unless or if he ends up being like another God Zone, mythical zone fruit or some stuff like that.
Yeah.
I don't see anything that he could like. I hope. Matter of fact, I'm not going to say that I can't see. I hope that he brings something that freaking overlaps Vegapunk because we're more interested in Vegapunk or other. And it's a whole bunch of more mysteries that we fucking worry about that we're actually worried about than Dragon. And yeah, you're right. I'm with you guys. Dragon is.
What about
Dragon
you,
is-
Desh? What do you think?
is hype.
Um, yeah, I'm with you guys. I'm still hyped for him. That is Luffy's dad, Garp's son. I also think that I like the theory that Dragon could be Rox's son.
Mhm.
So I still have some interest, but I can't argue against what you guys are saying. Like it's been dragged out too long. He's done nothing but take L's. But the fact that his best friend is a transgender cross-dressing hormone devil fruit user it's kind of redeeming to me. I'm saying he's an open-minded guy. Let's just be real about that. That's a fact.
Mhm.
And I hate the fact they draw and like every time we see him, he's like in a different drawing design. Like sometimes he looks like he's built or fit. Sometimes he looks just skinny and sick. Sometimes he has more head than he has body. It just weird. Like I don't like pick a design on this man because I can't. From how he's built, from what we've been seeing, I think he's like skinny and sick under that robe, and like he literally just can use a double fruit. And if someone hits him, he's like, yeah, like we gotta see something from this guy. We have to see something. God, and I don't even think he's Garp's son. You're right. Like I think Garp is Luffy's dad, Luffy's grandfather through his mother, and that maybe Garp, maybe Dragon. I think Dragon's gonna have a similar backstory to like Kobe, kind of. And be raised with Garp through the Marines, and that like he treated him like a son so much that he ended up marrying Garp's daughter and having a baby with Garp's daughter. Um, and stuff like that. And he like I do believe the whole thing. Like he could have been an admiral and stuff like that. Could have been named like something dragon, some color in dragon. I would say green, but that's gone. But
Yeah, there's
yeah,
some people that believe that there's a connection between him and Akainu because they're the same exact age.
yeah. I feel like they probably was best friends in the Marines and everything. You know what I'm
I
saying?
wouldn't say best friends.
Probably,
Akaino's
yeah.
a
I mean,
hard ass guy to be best friends with, bro.
that's the crazy part. That he
Especially if
would be.
like Dragon's trying to free the world. You know what I'm
I
saying?
think that Dragon was his only person that he kind of considered a friend, and he turned his back on the government and left.
Yeah.
Turned his back on justice,
Yeah.
and yeah.
All right. So guys, we're approaching the 3-hour mark. Wow. We talked for 3 hours. That's pretty wild. I just wanted to, I'm gonna end it here with you all. I just want to say, thank you, Vape. It's an honor to host you. Thank you, Desh. It's an honor to host you as well. And Hime, it's finally. I'm glad that we were in Discord chatting it up, and I was like, yo, I gotta get her on because I feel like this would be super dope. So thank you so much, for joining. Listen, I want you guys to have your moment and tell everybody about you and where they could find you and do your thing. So we'll start with Vape. Vape, go off.
God. Yeah, Mr. Vape. Mr. Vape 90 on all platforms. That's just me doing my thing, just me being me. So if you just want to see how I do my thing, just come on through. Mr. Vape 2 on TikTok is where I do most of my anime content, mostly One Piece. So if you're into that, check that out. If you're a wrestling fan, check out the Vape 90 on TikTok. I do that. And if you love Game of Thrones, check out _Vape of Thrones on TikTok. And you will get all of my Westerosi content there.
All right. Desh?
Hey everybody, I am Straw Hat Desh. I am the world's biggest number one fan, number one One Piece fan, and I will have Oda publicly recognize me as such one day. Mark my words. Vape me to make more One Piece content, and I can't wait to see Luffy all starry-eyed at all of Vegapunk's inventions. Follow me at Straw Hat Desh on TikTok, Mugiwara no Desh on TikTok, Straw Hat Desh on YouTube, and that's pretty much it. Thank you so much, Larry, for having me.
Of course, bro.
Yeah.
And then Himi Samo. You could go.
Yes. So hi, I'm Hime, and as I said, I started TikTok not a long time ago, and it's under Ohime Tenchi. I upload anime video related, and also I'm gonna start cosplaying soon. And Nami is one of the cosplays, so I'm really excited about her.
Vape is not excited.
Because I'm not gonna look like all the women's. Don't worry, I'm gonna be different. Otherwise, also on Instagram, it's just Himitenshi though. And yeah, and I'm the number one fan of Ace. I also have I have his tattoo. Also, I got it tatted on myself. So I'm really a fan of Ace.
Yeah.
We didn't talk about him here, but yeah.
Glad.
Yeah, we'll get another chance to do that. I'm very sure he may. I just want to say thank you guys. Seriously, these episodes do come out randomly, and just to have guests such as you, it's truly my honor. So thank you so much for coming on and talking. I really do appreciate all three of you.
You know what, man?
It's a pleasure.
I finally can.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. But other than that, guys, I just want to wish you a good night, and we will definitely do this again.
Yep.
That One Piece, best One Piece media outlet ever.
Yeah. So